There was a time where hip-hop culture and geek culture were at odds, clashing over dominance amongst society on who deserves the right to be considered best. The great culture feud lasted for decades with no end in sight, until one crew decided enough was enough. Deuces, Lib, Bacardi, and Didge, collectively known as Geekset, stepped up when the world needed it and became the only place that blends hip-hop culture and geek together. Tune in every other Tuesday on any podcast platform and see Geekset move the culture.
All right, man. Welcome back to the Geekset Podcast, the only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces in the building. With me, I got my man Bacardi.
What's good, everybody? How we doing today?
We doing great in the building right now, man. We got my man Didge with me.
Hi. Didge.
Hi.
Hi, Didge.
Didge upset because he got to do audio recording because Lib is on vacation, so he's not on today's episode.
So Lib.
I think he's on a road trip. He's doing like an actual road trip, it looks like.
Yeah, he's on.
I think he made it there. I saw his Snapchat, or I think it was on Snapchat. No, it had to be Instagram.
Yeah.
I saw it said that like he was in Louisiana, I think.
Yeah.
Some shit. I don't.
Hey,
I think that's where he's going to Louisiana.
Low key, now will be the
He
best
already
time.
been showing like room pics or something already.
Yeah, that's what
like he
I saw,
definitely
yeah.
traveling
Low
already.
key now would be the best time to do a road trip. Like
I want to do it. Like I'm still scared of really fucking with a plane right now.
There's so
but
many
a road
people-
trip.
Yeah,
I'll be fine
I
with
feel
a
like I'll
road
do a
trip.
road
The chick I
trip.
know, she had just went to, I think she went to Denver, and she was like, "You got to get out here." I'm like, "Fam, I'll drive out there, but I'm like, I'm not
Fuck
trying
it.
to."
Let's do
Yeah.
a road trip.
Hey,
You
you know
wanna
what?
do a road trip?
I got some PTO.
You got some looking
Listen,
at. You
I
wanna get
got-
on the road again.
And I can,
But what we gonna do?
working from home.
I mean, everywhere you go, it's the same environment. It's just trying to eat at other. It's
What
just
we
eating
gonna
at
do a road trip and go to?
It's just
Like, what we gonna do?
unless you gonna go somewhere where you just really want to test your limits and go where they club it at. Like
No, I ain't testing my limits. We can just, I don't know, road trip to Cali.
I mean,
For
I
what,
would
though?
mind. The beach is not that open.
We know, huh?
The beach is not that open like
The
Cali,
beach
right?
and all that is open.
I mean, you can.
I feel like
I
we
mean,
know,
I find me a secluded area. I don't
feel
gotta be
like
by
we know enough
nobody.
people that we can hopefully find something.
No, we should do something. If we do a road trip, we gotta do something random. Like we go to a geek, something that's like geek lore, and then go podcast from there.
We
Like,
could go to
just
Metropolis, Illinois. I've been to Metropolis, Illinois. They got a huge ass Superman statue.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
That's a real place?
Like, but
Yeah.
that's not that far though, is it?
It's at the southern tip of Illinois. That's probably a good 10-hour drive.
Nah, not southern tip.
Southern tip Illinois is a long ass state.
Illinois is long. I don't think it's a 10-hour, bro.
You figure if it's
It's
two,
because
it
it's
takes
like-
us about 2 to get from here to Chicago.
It's like 16 hours to get to Florida. So you're telling me from the southern tip of Illinois to
Well, you
Florida
don't go-
is
you
6
don't go
hours?
you don't go through. I don't go just straight through Illinois to get to Florida. Y'all cold.
I've done it before.
Y'all cold.
Cause we duck off about Chicago.
I'm just saying. I don't think it's 10.
It could maybe 8, maybe 6 to 8. I'll that's probably more accurate. 6 to 8.
Just say
But like, I mean, that
no
was.
stops.
No, you could probably take a stop.
You know what? I got maps. We got maps.
We definitely got maps.
Let's see where we going.
But
No,
I
you
mean-
see the length of time it takes to get from here to
But
Metropolis,
but like,
Illinois.
I think that would be dope. Just do something like that. Just to go to, like, do like a geek trip. Go somewhere. Do a podcast episode or some shit.
Yeah, I
6
mean,
hours and 26 minutes.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. But I think
You all going through the middle of nowhere, Illinois, though.
I mean, that would be the. But
That's definitely middle of nowhere, Illinois.
that would be dope. You know, so one of the things that I'm doing with the cons, I think I talked about this before, but like I look for Dragon Balls. The crystallized ones.
Yeah.
But I want to get one in different areas so it makes it look like I actually took an adventure.
I mean, you pretty much have to. You didn't have to like keep a receipt with it.
Yeah, I was
You know,
gonna
that
say
kinda
because
too, like, to
otherwise
make
niggas ain't gonna believe you.
I mean, niggas ain't gonna believe it's more of a personal journey.
Or take a picture like you bought it. Like take a picture like right in the frame,
Yeah.
like the location you got it from.
It's more of a personal journey, but it's some shit that I'm like,
That's fair.
Something I want
I
to
mean,
do.
especially if you would just stay, you use your little Dragon Radar thing.
Yeah.
Act like you really in there. And be like, I found my Dragon
Oh,
Ball.
you ain't doing that already? I thought that was the whole point.
No, I got that just because it was cool. Like I literally was.
That's fair.
Because it doesn't change anything. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Like it does. It's not like it. But you know what? That would be dope. You know what would be dope? Somebody should do this. They should make the Dragon Radar, right?
Yeah.
And they should have it linked to only 7 Dragon Balls, right? So like legit 7 Dragon Balls, and then just ship them out to some like different like comic book stores or
That
some
sounds
shit.
like it's gonna be some fights.
That sounds
Why would it
dangerous.
be fights?
Because
No. So it's not just like 7 in general. Like each pack comes with 7. So
Oh, okay.
each
so
dra-
you buy your 7, you just gotta go figure out.
Like you would know.
no,
where
you got to go to the company. So let's say the company is Dragon Ball Radar, DragonRadar.com, right?
Right.
You order the Dragon Radar. They are the ones that ship it to the other stores, and your Dragon Radar is linked to those 7, and that's how you find them.
I mean, that'd be slick. I mean,
That'd be
I can see
interesting.
that.
That'd be dope.
I can see that. I mean, I guess the easier way
Unless,
to make.
except you're gonna be mad, you get shipped to some random ass store. Like,
Right,
No, but
that's
that's the
but I mean that's the
journey.
thing is like
That's
if
the
you
journey.
really
but-
want to collect it, then
You
you know
go-
you got to go there to get it.
You
But
gotta
I
get
mean, what
there.
if it ain't there though? Like,
what I'm saying.
well,
What if they sell it?
see the weird thing about those if it's the radar's on the ball, then can somebody else buy it?
No, well, see, it would the website would have to have some type of deal with like a store. So it would have to be like is there any like comic book chain that's like national or some shit like that? Like it would have to be something like that. Like
GameStop might be the closest.
right, like, it would be something
Yeah.
like that. Like
might be the
participating
closest.
GameStops have it, and then like they know don't touch it.
This sounds like a better as just an app.
I mean,
It
it would
definitely
probably
sound
be
like-
better as an app, but even or like you have to purchase you purchase your set, and then the whoever the website, they're the one that ship it out, so that way you don't know where it's going to. So that way you legit have to use it if you ever want to go on a trip.
But it'd be slick as an app though too.
Yeah, no, it would
If
definitely.
you did it like if it was like a
Go to these 7 locations.
right or like like a what you call like a wish list kind of
Yeah.
thing.
My
Like
head
if you
is
literally can
shiny
put
as a
settings
bitch on
in,
that camera.
like you say,
My
well,
fault.
I told you you shining,
No, my
man.
head is shining. Because I just shaved my head earlier.
You got ready for this.
Yeah.
And the J's, everything.
I'm upset.
We're going to show the J's off later on, fam.
My fault to
ready.
derail the conversation.
No,
I
it's
just
all right.
happened to look up. I'm like,
But no,
damn,
I think
my
the
head
app
is
thing,
shining.
the app thing would be slick though, because I mean, if you literally was like, let's say you download the app, I mean, you can always randomize where your Dragon Balls are, but you can put the settings in, like I want it within the United States, like not
Right.
internationally, whatever, and it just literally throws you random locations
Right.
But
to
that'd
be
be
like, but you got to get to Google Maps and map where
That'd
you
be smart
there.
for like Kamehacon to do inside the convention. You
That'd
gotta
be
go to
definitely
these-
cool for a
You
convention.
gotta go
That'd
to
be
these 7 booths. It's randomized. So everybody who gets it, because you can tell them to download the app, it's randomized.
Yeah.
You go to these 7 booths.
Yeah, each
you
booth
get-
has like a whole bunch. Like,
yeah.
your 7-star booth, your
Right.
6-star
Yeah.
booth,
And it's like,
know.
you just say, like, all right, you know what
But
you
I mean, like you pretty much are 7. You're all 7, but you're 7 depending on the person.
Yeah.
You
So
know
it's
what I'm
like,
saying?
say if we're all 3 different booths.
No,
okay.
because that way people can't just try to buy. Let me just
No,
buy them
but
all
you
at
got-
one
that's-
booth.
The app is
The app,
telling-
the app is gonna
telling
randomize
you-
that.
No, I know that. What I'm saying is like so. Let's say if you're 7-star booth, you only have 7-star balls, so that way like somebody can't try to like, hey, if I throw you a dub, would you just give me all of them? Like you know what I'm saying? Like they literally like
Well,
there's
if you
no
know,
way.
you still thinking about the materialistic, like the actual ball. I'm thinking about more the app thing.
Oh yeah, well
I'm
I'm
thinking about more of an
I'm
app.
saying you do the app thing. You do it like, okay, you got to check in at these different booths.
Yeah,
They
that's what I was thinking,
randomize
like the
each
check-in,
person.
yeah.
And then it's another way to make the convention be able to do like more immersive. You're like, all right, you show this to somebody, you get something. It doesn't
Yeah.
be anything.
I mean, it's
huge.
literally just like how they do like the convention like stamps, like stamp,
Yeah, stamps, yeah.
But it's like, if you put it into the Dragon Ball realm, it's literally like it's not gonna make you go to like everybody,
Right.
But it's gonna
You
randomize you
just got to
7.
figure out what 7. Like
Yeah.
it's not going to tell you these are your 7. You just as you walk in, you may get like a notification like,
Yeah.
you close to a
Right.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, that like that's what I'm saying in the app realm, because you can use pretty much like Google Maps and the whole architecture of the, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you pretty much can have it ping off, and you feel like you're really
Yeah.
Especially if you know, like,
Because I mean,
where
I
you're
had
gonna
a.
be.
Did y'all ever play that Zombie Run Google game they had?
So I didn't play it, but
You never played it?
No, but I did the what's the other one that was based off of the geocaching where you go to different places and you can get.
Oh yeah.
I did the zombie thing on campus with my freshman
I did
year.
the geocaching was
That was
similar like
wild.
that.
They had a zombie thing on
Yeah,
campus.
so on campus, my freshman year, it was humans versus zombies. So at the beginning of the year, one random, I think it probably had to be like a sophomore or somebody like in the student government. He was the first zombie, and if you got to sign up if you wanted to be as a freshman, if you wanted to be a part of it, and he would just randomly infect people. And I never forget, I was sitting in my English class. It was first English class that Monday morning. I'm tired as a bitch because it's like an 8 a.m. class.
Yeah.
And I see a dude first sit down with like he had like a Nerf sword and like he had like a bandana tied around him. I'm like, what the fuck is that about? And then I just see somebody staring him down in the class, and all of a sudden, as he's getting up to like lead the class, the dude go and snatch his bandana, and he's like, "You a zombie now." And I was like, no, what is this? I want a part of this.
Hey, that's actually kind of dope.
That sounds slick. Cause that was really like just in real life. Like, hold on, what you doing? Like,
Because you had that real moment, like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
right? Yeah.
But then you also got to be on that swivel because you got to be like, somebody.
Well,
here.
dude definitely was paying attention because you could tell he looked around when he got into class. He was trying to hurry up and get out of class.
How do you know who the zombie is?
Like,
who's infected?
That I don't know.
I think
I think you never got
I never got infected because I also spent a lot of my time on Greek Road, so it wasn't a lot. It wasn't.
Fam picked to do it. Was like I ain't gonna hang around y'all. Like,
No, I did it, but it was like me and all my fraternity brothers. We all did it, but we all stuck around each other. So if they never got infected, it was like, all right, I'm not gonna get infected.
Hey, low key though, but like that'd be fucked up because then if somebody on Greek Road got infected, it's literally like somebody in your in your camp that get infected.
Yeah.
I know somebody in one of the other fraternities. He did because I had a friend who was in his fraternity. He was like, dog.
He fucked up his whole camp.
Yeah, he was like, dog, the way he texted us, he was like, dog, my house infected. And I was like, dog, when somebody sees this and don't know what
you talking about, yeah.
like,
Hey, that'd be wild if they doing it now. That'd be wild. That'd be wild. What you talking about? Is it the game or is this Corona? Like, I need to know.
But like,
you need to know ASAP.
He texted everybody, yeah, my house infected, and it's got to be something. I don't know if you got to carry all of the bandanas with you, because dude didn't get a bandana back. He just said you a zombie now, and then left with the bandana. So I was like, I don't know if that's what he got to do.
Like you gotta take somebody's bandana to make them infected.
That signified you was a human.
Yeah.
That's why.
But then I wonder if it just recycles back. Like if I'm disinfecting you, but if I take the bandana, then now I'm regular. So I gotta keep my head on the swivel.
Well, no, you can't get uninfected. You gotta wait till the game ended. Because it started again
After everybody gets
because it ended after the first semester and it started back second semester.
Oh, so this is a semester thing. That's slick, then.
That's
definitely to pass the time.
Hey, yeah, especially if you living on campus too. Like,
like
you never
you
know.
ain't safe nowhere. Yeah.
I used to real life because like me and my roommate, we would literally like, all right, hey, go look. Because we want to go down to the to the dining hall.
Right.
And I ain't trying to get caught on the way down to the dining hall.
I just imagine like that one moment, like you go like it's like midnight, you got to run down somewhere, and then like you see one person in the corner, like, and y'all both stop, like,
right,
like wait a minute, I don't know, like.
I feel like there's a lot of awkward moments like that. A lot of one-on-one hallway talk, right, walking like
because you don't know who's playing, who's not.
Yeah.
So you
got stab the zombie. That's why you got the nurse sword. Because I did see a zombie get stabbed. That was funny. Like, we was in the middle of math class, and the zombie, he was charging up, and somebody who he was with must have told him. I just saw him tapping him, and dude turned around and slapped him, and he was like, you don't got me this time. Like,
but this is middle of class.
It always seems to be like either at the beginning of class or at the end of class. Like, nobody would do it during class.
Hey, that'd be wild.
Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you interrupt me in class, you bogus. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It'd be wild if the professor was in it.
That'd be funny, dog.
Like, that'd be funny. He got you. You infected.
He call you up like, Demetrius, let me talk to you about this paper real quick.
Right.
Like, got your ass.
That's wild.
I ain't been mad. Like, dog, fuck y'all.
So what I did want to bring up, so we had another post go viral. And this motherfucker has sparked some dope ass conversations, some good ass good ass questions and shit like that. First things first, shout out to Kizarilla. I do believe that's how he pronounces his name. Make sure you go follow him on Instagram at Kizarilla. But what he did was he made anime versions of fast food restaurants.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
I did see that. Yeah.
So he did
Burger King.
He did McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, KFC, Popeyes, Panda Express, Jack in the Box, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and Taco Bell.
Are these? I feel like I've seen these before in my life.
They're all the actual mascots that have been used.
No. This is a repost. So when I posted it, he had reposted. I went to his page and somebody was like, "Why are you reposting your old work?" He was like, "There's a lot of people who didn't see it." So you might have seen it.
I feel like I saw this long time ago.
That's fair. It's a repost. But so first thing first, I realized, and I was like, "Fam, either we just too woke now, or we just old now."
We old. No, we old. It's not a woke thing.
Because there was a slew of people like, "Oh, y'all, look how they did Taco Bell. They did it both. Yeah. They put a Chihuahua." Yeah. And I'm like, y'all don't remember the Taco Bell?
Chihuahua was a perfect pick. You know what I'm saying?
They don't remember
that's how Odie had to. That's how I said. That's how I said. This is how Odie had to do it. Because I'm like, bro, you had to know the Chihuahua to like even.
Well, you don't have to be old. You just have to be old enough to know.
Right, old enough to know.
I was just upset. It was a dude. He was like, I was born in '95. I was like, nigga, you 3 years younger than me. Like, don't do the I was born in '95.
Hey, but so this is why I flipped it. I in the post I was like, what's the storyline? Let's make it up in the comments. And the storylines. So right off the rip, go to our Facebook page. It's still there. It's going to be one of our most popular posts right now. But Facebook.com/Geekset Podcast. So right off the rip, everybody already said Jack in the Box is the villain. He's the hidden villain.
Jack in the. I mean, that makes sense.
But the way he looks, like, look at the way he looks. Look at the way he looks.
I know. I think the Colonel was.
Well, the Colonel may be the big villain, but like that's so. Jack in the Box is kind of like Orochimaru. Like he's the villain. He's the villain, but like he wasn't the main villain out.
I feel like the Colonel was like M. Bison.
No, I think the Colonel.
Like,
I think the Colonel. I think the Colonel. He was the villain because the way he was looking, he looking like he the one who pulling the strings behind everything.
Did y'all see what? Y'all both watched Full Metal Alchemist, right?
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist?
I didn't watch Brotherhood though.
But remember, it turned out it was his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Colonel. The Colonel.
I can see something like that. Okay.
I can see that.
Yep.
But the Colonel, he looked like he the one. Like you gonna see the Colonel thinking he good the entire time. Then you get to the end, it's like the betrayal.
No, I feel like the Colonel out here wanting that money, fam. Like they fucking with the money,
right?
They fucking with like Jack in the Box is his henchman. Like Jack, where the fuck is the? You know what I'm saying? Like
that can those can both be true. Where it's like the front face of the Colonel, you don't realize he like that.
True. Yeah, he got the underground. That's what I'm saying. Like
you think the Colonel on your side, and at the end you realize
the protagonist is the good guy, right? Yeah. So everybody already said Wendy is the protagonist. They already gave it to her. They said Wendy would be the one that's on the fight.
I liked them when I saw somebody
if you look at these pictures, Wendy do look like. I mean, you can go Popeyes.
I saw Popeyes. I didn't see the Popeyes.
The Popeye lady?
Oh yeah, I did see her.
Yeah, you can go Popeye.
She was just somebody who was there to help.
So Wendy is the protagonist.
I saw somebody that was like Wendy looked like the girl, like her dad got killed, so now she on her revenge.
Right, and so they were saying,
swag though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like,
Wendy always
that's
did.
Like, but I feel like.
But who else? I mean, it wouldn't be Ronnie. He looked too.
No, yeah, Ronnie.
Right.
I think he a villain too.
Yep, and the mechs, they probably like hired guns, so they definitely couldn't be the protagonist because
it could be a Panda.
Panda.
No, Panda look like he. I really want to give it to
Panda
Popeyes.
rolling with Penny. Panda is like so you know how the protagonist always has
like the buff guy,
the
grunt.
He's the big
Panda's
guy.
the grunt with it.
Yeah, that's why I feel.
So Wendy,
I really feel like it's Popeyes. I really want to give it to Popeyes.
Well, see the thing, that's the crew: Wendy, Popeye, and Panda.
But I mean, Popeye is the main.
I mean, but they could be all three.
I feel like Popeye.
It could be the Wendy.
Because you gotta think it's Popeye's chicken against KFC.
But it could be the Wendy. It could be the Wendy's. It could be the Wendy's.
I can see that.
Popeyes.
You know what I'm saying?
It could be the Wendy's Popeyes. They could be like the Sasuke Naruto.
Yeah. Because Popeye obviously she gonna have
that would make sense because I would say that would be like that would put Popeyes more on the verge of being semi good and bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we would say that. We can
Plus,
say that.
think about it. She's a black woman, so like she gonna have sass. So a lot of the shit that Wendy doing, Popeye like, bitch, what you doing?
Right, like Popeye trying to uncover the real kernel truth about the chicken,
right?
By making the actual real chicken and trying to play it off in Popeye, but she got to take her whole ragtag group with her to fight the Colonel.
Ronnie, that one that you don't trust, that person.
He like Loki. Loki.
Like Loki. Like he's like you help us, but you got ulterior motive.
He ain't with a burglar.
Yeah, you got ulterior motive.
Ain't with good guys.
Burger King, he just.
So who?
Burger King
where Taco Bell come in?
Taco Bell's like
Taco Bell's on person.
Taco Bell. They met Taco Bell on a mission. He just like an episode. Taco Bell just like an episode where he just like.
Taco Bell got some shit to do. But it ain't got nothing to do with the main storyline.
Yeah, that was it. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell Toph from Avatar. Remember when Toph came in?
I didn't.
You didn't watch Avatar?
No, I didn't remember. I didn't watch that much of it.
If we gonna keep comparing it to Naruto, Taco Bell would be like,
I mean, we need somebody, but it's like Taco Bell would be somebody in Naruto's.
No, Taco Bell would be like a Choji type. Like he come in, he do his shit every so often, but ain't got shit to do with the main plot.
I mean, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like he's like a really heavy ally.
Yeah,
But like he's
That's
not
what
even.
I'm saying.
But
That's
he's
what
not even an
Choji
ally.
is.
Like you might have an episode or two with him where he fighting with him.
That's what that
But
was
he's
Choji.
really.
No, it'd be-
But they really
yeah.
just call him to get like intel.
Yeah, because he
Like,
looked
you know
like
what I'm saying?
he looked like he got the smarts. Like he got
he really looked commando-y. Like they really got him really like Rambo-y. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he really got like you. They just call him to kind of get like
Yeah.
location detail. But every blue moon, he be like, I need y'all to help me with a mission.
So I feel
And
like
that's how you get that.
I
episode
feel
with
like
them.
I feel like Pepsi and Coca-Cola is kind of like the G.I. Joe. Like what's the two ninjas? Like one of them is good and one of them is bad.
Oh,
but
the
they
black and white ninjas.
Yeah, but they really brothers. Like they really brothers. But
Yeah.
like one of them's good, one of them's bad.
I mean, yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
I feel like, so do they work for the same corporation though, or they?
No, they work for opposing.
They were
So
No, they just mercs.
They was trained by the same school, but they chose different paths.
They just mercs though. They ain't working. They ain't working officially for nobody.
Yeah.
It's just whoever hired.
Whoever hired them, but they was trained by the same.
So then, who on the bad guy side? Who we putting on the bad guy side?
Coke, because he looked more
Pepsi.
menacing on this.
Well, you gotta think the bad guy side is always going to be the most overpowering. Coca-Cola is the bigger company than Pepsi.
Is there?
Yeah.
Which one had Coke?
Pepsi got a lot way
Which
more
one had Coke?
subsidiaries.
Which one had?
Pepsi. If you're talking strictly soda, Coke is bigger, but Pepsi got so much shit.
Which one had cocaine in their shit?
Coca-Cola.
Coke, yeah. The bad guy gotta be Coke, dude. Bad guy already know what that life about. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when they were kids. He was the one that was like the
was the wild
troublemaker.
one.
Yeah, he was the troublemaker. You know what I'm saying? So Coke, of course, was enticed by what the Colonel was offering him. Like, oh, so I can put cocaine in this shit too. We can really party.
I can do what I want.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that puts it with there.
But like low key, I would watch something like this. Like if it wasn't such brand heavy and brands really was just like, let's just fuck around, let's throw something out there. This would be a dope series, just kind of like a food war type shit.
But it'd be too much like a commercial the way it is now.
I mean, it doesn't have to. The only thing it is just that like their clan is just named after the brand, but they don't do any corny shit like, oh, I'm drinking Pepsi. Like, but it's just
I don't want no sponsorship, but I want them just to be who they really are.
Yeah.
That's
and
fair.
character.
Like one of those shows where like you know who they really are, but they don't really mention it.
Yeah.
So, like you know that's a McDonald's clown, but they don't mention it. Like if they was able to do that,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said
dope.
like. That's why I said like the. Because I mean, that's what I'm saying. What matter of fact, Ronnie is full bad guy. Because I damn near gonna just say he Joker.
Nah,
I mean,
No, I don't think he. I think
he's
he's just
like when you roll up on him.
He's just
he's
ambiguous.
just self-serving.
When you roll up on him though, he got a big purple muscle. He got a burglar. And he got a bird. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Matter of fact, no, I take it back.
He got a little goon. He got the little fry.
Yeah,
fry guy.
Orochimaru. Remember Orochimaru? He was like what he did. Pretty much did was like he wasn't like he was bad, but like he was fucking with everybody. Like he didn't really have a side. Like
who? Orochimaru?
Yeah, he didn't have.
I mean, Orochimaru just had his own interests.
Yeah, and that's what Ronnie was.
Yeah, okay,
That's more Ronnie than Jack in the Box.
Dude, Ronnie got his own
Jack in the
interests.
Box. What was the nigga with the first nigga that?
Hey, you know what? You know what?
Zabuza.
That would make sense because McDonald's didn't have fried chicken.
Yeah,
they had tacos.
McDonald's had a pizza. Like
they didn't tap into everybody's shit.
He just jumping everybody's shit.
He definitely.
So Jack in the Box would be
Zabuza.
Yeah.
He does such a man. That's such a low. I mean, that's such a low level villain though. Like he's just gonna be out of the story so early.
So I mean,
somebody got to be out of the story early. You can't have everybody in it. Jack in the Box would be out of the story fast.
So I mean,
Jack in the Box would be the first big bad arc.
Are you saying he'd be like a Kakuza or like a Hidan?
Or you know what? He
could be a low level Akatsuki.
Or he could be
that's what I think. That's what I was giving him more of
like,
a Akatsuki.
Itachi.
No, because Itachi, he had good intentions. He just went about it horribly.
Jack in the Box, but see, that's the thing. Jack in the Box may have, because remember, Itachi looked at evil, and so people thought it was right. Jack in the Box looked evil, and he may got his own intentions.
I'm trying to compare Jack in the Box food to the other world, though, like just to all the other people. Like,
well, I also keep in mind how he looks.
I mean, he look like that.
That's why.
But those Jack in the Box food like just everything too?
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just everything
so
too?
That would lead towards being Itachi. He figure he dabble in everything. He got the Sharingan. He can do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
so that way he's still a threat. And so like he can't. So like
I can give him that. There, I give him that.
Hey, but some of the storylines that people was coming up with in the comments was pretty dope, dog. Like I thought that was pretty dope. But I was like, and again, another black artist. Same thing like we did with the Lion King shit, the swagged out Lion King, black artist. And I was like, fam, when black people get attached to something, we put a dope ass spin on shit.
Yeah.
Like that was such a dope spin because like when I saw it, I was like, oh, I just want to share it. And I was like, I always make sure I show love to the artists and everything like that. But I didn't think it was gonna take off the way it did. But then, like I said, I think with adding that question, what's the storyline, and everybody being able to just jump into their creative bag on what the storyline is, and just to see like how everybody who watch anime kind of have the same thought process. Like everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this is definitely bad because that's what."
Yeah, because you can see by the stances, it looks like you can tell even how you drew him out.
Yeah.
Like you drew him in ways that you immediately can be like, "Yeah, that's definitely the bad guy."
Right.
He got on or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it was really
I fucked
easy.
with it though. I liked it a lot.
I looked at it as like, because remember, you ever seen the when they share that meme of like the choose your fighter and they do all the mascots or whatever?
Oh yeah,
like, that's how I looked at it more. I looked at it like, oh, this could have been a really good fight, and if they put it like that,
it would be dope either way if it was an anime or it was a fighting game, because you know what, like, and that's why I like I said, if the companies wasn't so money hungry, we can get like random shorts of something like this.
I mean, I think we can get there because I mean, you got to think
somebody can do it
when it comes to the Twitter game. Like,
somebody can
you
do
got to
it.
think they doing. Wendy's dropping mixed albums and dissing.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have their moments where you can get to the point where you can see them like.
Certain people would, certain people wouldn't. Like I don't see McDonald's playing, jumping in and like, oh, y'all can use our likeness. I don't either.
I don't see like a Burger King.
I don't see Pepsi.
Really? Burger King talking. Fuck Burger King be
what,
jumping in.
Pepsi or Cola, one of them is going to say nah. We may be able to get one, but one of them may say nah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
It'd be interesting though.
It would be dope.
I mean, it'd be sick with someone just pretty much because like we've already got it. Like what was the anime I was talking about that there was like all the corporate. What was it? It's not Baki. Which one was that? Was it Current Login? Where all the businesses were like had the underground. And they had like the fake Nintendo. So you could really do this.
You could do it like that.
You know what I'm saying? Where you have like the fake names.
That was Baki, I think, wasn't it? Or was that girl? Was it?
No, I think that was.
I think it was Current Login.
Yeah.
No,
I feel like it wasn't Current Login.
What is it? It wasn't Gurren Lagann. It was crap. I'm gonna blank on the name. It wasn't
Baki or because it wasn't Baki.
It was the other one, but Gurren Lagann wasn't the other fight. It was
the other Netflix joint.
It was the other fighting one.
The other fighting one on Netflix.
That's
was like Baki. The dude was just like Baki.
It wasn't Gurren Lagann though.
It wasn't. What the fuck
What was that called?
I'm gonna blank on that name.
What was that called? You pretty much gotta like look up like Current Login because it was like because they came out back to Current Login was the last one to come out. It was Baki, this, and then Current Login.
I know it had a K in it. That's what
Kenjin Ashura.
Kenjin Ashura, yeah. Kenjin Ashura. That's what it is.
Kenjin Ashura, yeah.
But that's what they had all the fake. They had a McDonald's in there, I think. I think it was a clown. I
think
company.
you're right.
That was a clown, Ronald McDonald clown. You know what I'm saying? So you could easily do it.
Well, yeah, you got to do a spoof because even in One Piece, like I know y'all haven't watched One Piece, but One Piece they had a spoof of Michael Jackson. Like I'm talking about the nigga did the like when Luffy's on this trail, he sees this dude and he's like they show his silhouette and he's moonwalking backwards and he's like, you know what I'm saying, he has a fight.
But I mean, no, because it's been like, have y'all seen? Did you ever pay attention when they did the Salt Bae? In one of the episodes?
In what episode?
In Black Clover. They did the sprinkle something. It's like it's early. It's early.
I didn't know that shit.
They definitely did it. I'm like, dog, they gonna pop. I remember I think I actually had shared it on my Snapchat. Like, man, what the Black Clover about pop culture? Like, how you do sprinkle all that already in there, dog? Like they literally did the whole the look. Like I was like, bro, how you do? No, bro.
I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for that.
But no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like that's crazy how they be trying to catch those little things in there. But I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know about them. I didn't pay attention to the moonwalking one. I probably did, and didn't even realize what he was really doing.
Oh shit! Here you go right here.
Oh, you said that's what I said. I was crying, dog. Yeah. I was crying, dog.
Shit, yeah.
That's wild.
Oh man. Well, all right. So let's jump into the boys because I want to talk about this last episode.
Dog.
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about this episode.
Fine. We ready to talk about the last episode?
Yeah, I just watched it today.
Man, so episode 5 was already. I'm mad we didn't talk about episode 5.
Yeah, we didn't even really talk about 5.
Because the way
let's talk about them both. Shit.
Well, yeah, the way 5 ended was just.
Well, I mean, the way 5 ended, that was
coming.
I kind of saw it coming.
But not. I didn't expect it that. Well, I guess I should have known it's only 8 episodes. But I'm like, I thought they were gonna butt heads.
They did at first.
But I thought they were gonna butt heads to probably like close to the end of the season.
No,
7, 8.
no. I said the moment dude cave in, I said they from Smash.
Well, here's the thing. I believe that she has an ulterior motive, and that's why.
Oh, she easily.
That's why.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she's laid it all out.
I mean,
there.
that's what I said, but we got to get in the 6th episode to talk about that because I feel like I don't know now.
I think she laid it all out
I
there.
still feel like she still got an ulterior motive. I still feel like we didn't get her true. Like she said, what it
I mean,
what
she
it
definitely
is.
trying to manipulate
Yeah.
Homelander. You know what I'm saying? Like she definitely,
Dog, whatever
but she
she
understands
she
that Homelander.
already did. Whatever she put on him, nigga was in love. ASAP.
Hey man, that's that WAP.
Hold on. So
She
another-
named Stormfront. She got that
What,
WAP.
man?
Whatever she put on him.
I need to go back again and say this because I don't understand why they are portraying white people liking blood on TV. Like, because that's what I'm
white
saying. Like,
people do.
we
Well,
saw it in Lovecraft, but he like looking on the block. I'm like, and then this nigga smashed fam head in the wall, and then rubbing the. I'm like, bro, what is with y'all this blood, fam? Like, that is not your blood, dog. Like, people, I don't know,
I mean,
white
they
people
should just
shit.
think it's a bitch on here.
Yeah, them two together is a horrible combination. And I started thinking about it because I'm like, all right, Stormfront and Homelander, they are like kind of OP as fuck.
Did you see the preview? My fault to cut you off. Did you see the preview for episode 7?
No, I did not.
No, I ain't watching.
It was interesting.
But my thing is, I'm like, how do we band together? Because now I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, we're gonna have to band together to defeat these two. That's gonna be hard as shit.
Yeah, I mean, but I still don't think that.
Because old girl that we saw, she got overpowered by Stormfront ASAP. Because I thought but I mean, even though
she also got kind of caught off guard.
yeah,
Yeah, she did.
because she seems like she may be the
The one
key.
you talking about the one that was in the insane asylum?
Yeah, that one that she.
Yeah,
I-
she got kind of caught off guard though. Because remember, she literally blasted in the door, didn't hit her.
yeah.
So we don't know what she's like if she would if they would have had like a legit fight.
From I hope we get I would love to get a spinoff show where they just trying to.
They
catch
are doing
everybody.
a spinoff.
Yeah,
They
they
do
are.
a spinoff with the same team.
But no,
just
it's gonna
gotta
be
catch all the
high
suits.
school.
Yeah, I thought it said college.
College swear.
Yeah, they doing. Yeah, I saw
But
that part.
But my question about Stormfront is how, so Homelander was zapping them titties. And remember, she said zap
Yeah.
the titties, and he zapped them, and it didn't really affect her. So how do we what is her? How can
But
she,
that's what
But
she
I
said.
think Homelander knows something because before she came clean, he was like, I thought about this. So I think he knows a way that he can beat her, and I think that's what's gonna end up happening. I think he's gonna end up realizing that she's not. See, y'all didn't see the preview for episode.
it's just a
yeah,
preview.
it was
So
the
that's
so
not
in the
gonna-
preview for episode
not
7,
gonna give away shit.
No, yeah, in the preview for episode 7, he was introducing her to his son, and introduced her as his girlfriend and everything. So I think the fact that it cut off with just that, I think that's the key.
the son.
I think it's something with the son. I think because you got to realize he wants that relationship with his son beyond anything.
But his son, his son's not powerful enough.
But it doesn't have to be, his son doesn't have to be powerful. It has to be able to turn Homelander against her.
I mean, but I think
But,
also.
but how can Homelander defeat her if he just zapped her? That's his
But that's
go-to
what I'm saying
move.
before- but that's
and
my
he wasn't
point.
able to zap her.
But that was my point before.
But it's
that.
like,
Remember-
is the boy the first boy to be born from
Yep.
a power
Yeah.
human? So they really don't even know what this motherfucker about. Really.
Yeah,
That's true.
But remember, before she came clean, he was like, you said that you were unbreakable, and I thought about that. And that's when she said, I'll never lie to you again. She cut him off. Homelander may know something different.
What could he know though?
I don't know.
I mean, cause I feel like whatever she was trying to, whatever he might have knew, I think the reason why she wanted Irving tell him about herself was to kind of show this is really what you're gonna find out.
Well, see, that's what I
somebody
think.
come at you trying to crush your dreams, or whatever. It's like I already told you. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
see, I think that the secret lies in her past.
I definitely do think something in her past
whatever
is...
the secret to defeat her lies in her
That's
past.
slick how they still went back to Nazi though.
Yeah.
She even though she's not necessarily being a Nazi now, they still kept the roots of her growing up as a
But
as a Nazi.
I don't know, because I just feel like I don't think that they're gonna be. I think they're gonna end up splitting, and I think that's gonna be the key.
Of course, I mean their relationship is toxic as shit.
But no, I think that's gonna be the key.
Shit.
I think that's gonna be the thing. Is Homeland, something with that is gonna be the reason. I feel like Homelander feel like he has the advantage right now because of the fact that she apologized and all this and gave her everything, and he just kind of kissed her to be like, all right, we cool. But I think Homelander already he's sneaky as a bitch any fucking way. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Regardless of all of that,
he got Meave on heels. Fam. He I ain't even doing nothing. What you talking about?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I do think Homelander's very naive, but at the same time, he is very. It seems like he's very diabolical and like sneaky.
Oh, he definitely
he
diabolical
was
shit.
salty about them flowers, dog.
Bruh.
Like that nigga was looking. He had that whole like moment in the mirror, like you soft ass motherfucker. Motherfucker, man, got your ass out. You look at that flower. This nigga read the card. Like I wrote this. Like I wrote this.
And the more he waited, the more he was like, "Dog, you a little bitch ass nigga."
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. It's just he gonna end up being the one that defeats her. Like,
but we still got to take down fucking Homelander.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's sad.
But see, it's crazy because Mother's Milking on them, the whole team, they hate both of them equally. Like they both did something terrible to both of them.
I don't see this being like a happy ending type.
And see, and the thing, they both so diabolical. I don't see the team teaming up with any. I don't see the team like, all right, we gotta team up with Stormfront to get rid of Homelander.
I think they're gonna try to
get rid of Stormfront.
What if Kimiko the one that ends up killing Stormfront?
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're really gonna just get in the middle.
What is Kimiko's true power? I mean,
I think she's just.
I feel like she's Wolverine. I really feel like she's Wolverine.
Damn near, because I feel like she's.
Remember,
she ripped off a nigga face.
She did.
Remember, she that's what I said. She can't die. Remember, she can't. Ain't she like she can't die or something?
Yeah, she can't. Like she doesn't seem like she.
Then she get hit by. She got hit. Something drastically happened to her, and she just kind of healed.
Yeah.
In like the first 2 episodes when they introduced her.
I think she's just like.
She's like Wolverine. I said she's like an ex, like whatever.
She may not even know. She may not even know the full extent of her power.
I feel like she's very savage. So I gave her even the kid Logan, like the kid from Logan.
But that's why I think think she. That's why I think
X3 Logan, the child.
X23, nigga.
Oh yeah, I thought you said X3, like the movie X3, like nigga.
Why you come out like
I was like nigga X3, like that X-Men United.
No, X23 is her name.
I was like, boy, ain't no goddamn no.
But no, that's why I'm wondering if Kimiko, because that would be, I guess that would be too fitting.
So. Here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's gonna be one of those moments where they got to use all the power because obviously the pyro nigga is gonna be part of the squad now.
Yeah, I mean he's
gonna use them. I feel like they're gonna find old girl, that escaped from the asylum because they know that last scene in the last episode.
She's gonna end up being a problem.
You think it's gonna be a problem now?
She might not fuck with them. Remember, she saw them in the orderly.
Like she's already going. She's already. She's one has a grudge. That's gonna probably be the issue. She has an issue
with the orderlies,
but she got a real fight with Stormfront though. So she's gonna probably be the first one to approach Stormfront and Homelander together. Yeah.
True.
On some shit where now they gotta really fight a soup or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
they've been pretty much just killing a little random motherfucker. But if in this fight, I think she's probably a really strong soup.
Well, that's the thing. There hasn't been any soup that really opposed them yet. Like they was making the terrorists, but like that was a front. They was making the terrorists so they can just like stop them and but there hasn't been one yet that was like, all right, I'm gonna build my team and it's gonna be my team versus your team.
But that's what they try to say because Homelander, which is really crazy because Black Noir is supposed to be the mimic of Homelander, but they try to say like Homelander is supposed to be like the elite, like. Yeah. That's what even what Stormfront was saying. Like you are actual match to me. Yeah. In a sense, you'll see like there's all these other random people that got powers, but whatever their powers are. I guess other the fact that she got lightning and he got like the whole Superman ordeal, their whole like not being able to die in age or whatever, is like you're pretty much the same as me. Because I think that's what she was trying to say to him, like telling her how old I am.
Do you think she's gonna be a one season villain? Like, do you think her story is wrapping up? You figure this is episode 6.
No.
You think she's wrapping up in 2 more episodes?
No, I feel like it's just getting.
It's 8 episode season.
I feel like it's just getting started. I feel like we may get a moment. If anything, it's going to end with the split up of them two,
or it ends like she gets defeated, but she's not defeated. Like it may be that one, like
the setback.
But
like
the Magneto type of shit.
Where at least uncover the plan. Like I feel because we don't know the asylum still.
I don't see it. They can't defeat her within these 2 episodes.
Yeah, because we don't even know the asylum. True. Like, we didn't get a full answer on what this shoot. And she's the one that was running like pretty much.
I was just curious. I wasn't saying that she would be
like the Magneto type of shit. Like Magneto never really like even think about all the X-Men movies. Magneto just gets consumed. Like they put him in the non-metal. Prison and but that his path is not over. Yeah, like, it may be something of that where Stormfront, like Homelander does.
But Stormfront can't die.
So Homelander may do something.
Do we know? We know for sure that she can't die?
You said, do we know?
We know she can't die from natural causes, obviously. And
she can withstand Homelander.
She can withstand the I-beams.
Dude, but still, we don't know what else.
He had he put 2 people out with an I-beam. Easy.
What?
Like blink, like this Cyclops nigga, like just blinked over.
They was regular humans.
Right. But I'm saying, but
So, we don't
with
know-
regular one beam.
No, but didn't he I-beam a soup? Like
He did I-beam a soup.
Remember in
Well,
Africa.
that was a soup.
That was a soup. The guy in
It was a
Africa.
soup, and the guy
then-
behind him was a regular dude.
Yep, and then, even in the first one, the
I
soup
forgot
that
about
was-
the guy in Africa.
Yeah.
And in the first one, the one that they manufactured, the one that A-Train did. Remember, he was about to blow up. And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
Homelander went
Oh,
there.
yeah.
It was like, so
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, like Homelander believes he's a god. Like there's
Well,
nobody
to
yet.
be fair, we've seen a lot of superheroes who are like they can take a lot of pain before they die.
True.
They can take a lot of shit before they die.
But he I-beamed for a minute. He was
Fam, she
I-beaming
told-
the titties.
And he told her. She told him
said,
like,
Yeah, that
nigga,
is true.
Like,
Titties.
That is
nigga,
true.
burn me,
I'm
nigga.
just
She
trying
was
to
like,
figure out because
she was just thinking like, what you doing? Burn me.
No, I'm just
Like,
trying to figure out because
put it on hot,
if we
nigga.
go, if we
Like,
go immortality route, then it's like, how do you defeat that?
She said, beam these titties,
like
nigga.
and he went all in. That's why he was like, oh, I can really go all out.
Dog, that scene was wild.
That scene
Like,
was
that's
wild.
what I'm
wild.
saying.
Wait, was that scene wilder than Mother's Milk scene? Because Mother Milk scene was fucking wild.
Fam.
Dog, I
Fam.
wanted to text y'all because I watched it right when I texted y'all yesterday. I was like, "Hey, the episode is out." I was watching it, and so that happened right after I said the episode is out, and I was like, "Damn it, I know they ain't watching it yet."
Yeah, he watched. Fam, I was like, what was funny though is he already shouted it out.
Yes,
Early. I was
dog.
like, because I didn't even see it. I wouldn't pay no attention. Then he
Dog.
shouted. I'm like, oh, bro, what you looking at, mother?
No, I knew. So remember when they was scanning all the villains or all the people in it, and they showed it, and I was like, oh, they about to do something weird with that shit. I knew it was because they focused too much on it.
After
They
he had
focused-
said, I didn't like Bacardi's point. I didn't notice it until he said something.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, they finna do some fuck shit.
Yeah. And I didn't even see it because I remember they was going through the video. Like when they were looking at the chaos, and one nigga like a guard got grabbed.
No,
and dragged
before
away.
the chaos.
That's what I
No. Before
I didn't
the
know what that
chaos.
was yet. But it did come out earlier too.
Yeah, because when they first got there and they was seeing all the soups in there, they was like,
That's when he commented on it. That was when he had commented on it.
so I missed that part. I saw it and I was like, I
didn't see it.
I think I talked over it.
I didn't see it. Then when he commented, then they went back to it, and that's all. Oh, they finna do some fuck shit with it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when they wrapped around his neck, I was like, y'all bogus for doing that.
Yeah, I know.
Like when it bust through the window, I'm like, oh, God. And that's why I said it was crazy because like they never show where it came from. Like I said, when you watch when they was watching the chaos.
Oh, they didn't show where it came from, but they showed it.
like,
They
go
showed
back.
it retract. They showed it go back in.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the last scene, but it was like I said,
You
before
saw-
Mother's
you saw
Milk.
it hit- you saw it
Yeah,
hit
before
one of the
Mother's Milk,
guards.
it grabbed the guard too,
Oh, yeah.
like yanked him away.
Yeah.
But you just saw it get yanked off screen, so you didn't know what grabbed him. And you look at the camera like, who the fuck got long, whatever powers? And then when they wrapped around his neck,
I didn't even put two and two together at that point because, like I said, I thought they were gonna do the fuck shit after the first time, but then when I saw it, oh damn, they got like a Mr. Fantastic nigga.
That's what- yeah.
Me too. I thought it was a Mr. Fantastic.
yeah,
nigga.
that's what I thought it was
it.
too. That's what I said. Like I didn't realize what it was until it wrapped around his neck, and I was like, bro,
Me too.
y'all bogus.
Yeah.
Because they made sure that when it bit around that one last time around the neck, that you saw like,
Yeah.
you see the tip of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see the tip of this. I was like, bro, y'all doing this for real? Like, and that motherfucker slipped it back in. I was like, dog, this is nasty. This is
Hey,
nasty.
I'm mad. What's the name? The dude who puked acid. How is he not immune to his own acid?
That was disrespectful.
That was weird. That was
That didn't make sense that you can spit it up, but just you can't take it.
Because
You
even
know
if you
what I'm saying?
throw up, you get a little on you.
That's what you would think.
Yeah.
And he throws up a lot. This nigga was just like
Yeah.
just belching. Like you got through this far in life,
Right.
avoiding drugs.
Well, remember she was saying that they gave it to them. They gave it to them as adults.
Oh yeah. They was making
Right,
them.
but it's like
Remember
you
they was
don't even
making
know what to
them.
do with yourself.
How long was you testing with this? Yeah.
Like, cause I mean, I've thrown up in before. And just like, fam, you just touch it with your hands, like, oh, just try to stop it.
Yeah.
My hands would have been gone.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like,
gone.
hands would have like that's what I'm saying. Like, that was funny.
Even like the first time when you do it, like that splashback is real. You might get some
Yeah,
splashback.
right.
Yeah.
And then you doing it uncontrollably now. Like now you just doing it like you tell him so he can sleep peacefully at night. All of a sudden, though,
yeah, like does he? That'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
He might puke in his sleep.
like dog, like I didn't. Yeah.
Hey, I legit thought Homelander I-beamed the crowd.
Hey, for a second,
For a
I
second.
did.
Fifth episode,
When
yeah.
in
For a
episode
second,
5
I
when he
did.
I was like, oh shit.
Fifth episode, I was actually more excited for that to be true.
Me too. Because I was like, oh, it's about to go
then it
down.
not happen.
I was like,
oh
okay.
shit, finally.
Yeah.
I was about to text y'all when that happened. I was like, he went
I
nuts.
legit had it.
Yeah, I had it.
And then when it turned back, it was like like just to imagine. I was like, oh shit.
I did
like it was.
too.
That's how convincing it was. Like it was like, dog, this nigga.
I was like, it's finna go down. Like,
Damn, dog. Because especially because they was already on his ass about the media shit, and he was like, I ain't gonna talk. I'm gonna go talk. Like I'm gonna do what I wanted to. Like, and he said, went out there and they please don't do nothing stupid. I'm like, dog. If he did that, I feel like at that point, I feel just take over the world now.
What's the secretary name?
I don't know.
Ashley?
Ashley?
I think it's
Fam,
Ashley.
she is stressed.
Oh yeah, she hate life.
Yeah,
life is so fucked up for her right now.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's dog. They putting her through the loop right now, fam.
Bro, because nobody respect her.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, fam, I feel like we got to put this in everybody's storyline.
Oh, yeah.
So, A-Train.
What is going on with this coat? What is there? Oh, I want to know
Fam,
what the end game is.
fresco.
I think they want to.
The fresco. I think the fresco helps break down their willpower against whatever they're trying to do. But what is the overall?
I wonder, are they trying to just take Vault's place?
I think they're trying to get the church into the vote into the seven.
But they're picking up all the people that are getting kicked out.
But that's why
they're
trying to
get them
back in. So I think now if we get you back into the seven, you're so indebted to us.
It would be the same thing that they keep trying to put them on the role of like you're gonna get back in the seven. They keep adding more people, so they be like you just become the new seven.
Yeah,
and y'all like what's they called? The Church of the what was it called?
Church of the Collective.
Yeah. That's what they just be called, the Collective. Like now we just have a whole nother team. Like I can see that, but I mean I was like, but I'm mad, fam. Tell me you didn't get thrown the fuck off when them bars came in.
Yes,
Dog.
I was like, what?
Dog. Little white boy was dog. And that beat was cold. I'm like, I just got a bop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they played it at the end of the
episode. I listened to the whole episode. I hadn't listened to the whole song. I was like, dog, this got a bop,
like,
dog.
She was like, you got your own theme song. He was like, yeah, I mean, that's tight, whatever.
She was like, it's lit. I was like, bro, this is dog. That shit had me crying. Like, I don't know what they do in the A-Train, but I was like,
yeah,
dog.
he going through it too.
Like I didn't know he blew through. I didn't know he was really, really fucking that desperate. Like I thought they was really just letting them go.
Bro, he's 7 figures in debt.
That's what I said. I thought they were really just letting them go because of the hardship. It was like, nigga, you out here like,
you're struggling.
It is. You gotta think Homelander only wants the elite with him.
That's why I understood that.
Remember at the beginning of the season with the Death Hero.
Yeah, like,
I don't think we talked about that when we talked about the other ones.
The first episode, like the first episode of the season.
First or the second.
Where Ashley introduced like we gonna bring somebody in and replace.
Yeah.
And he just popped that nigga. He's like, so all I gotta do is this.
No, he said, so what are you gonna do if this happens? I was like, damn.
That's how recklessly strong he. Like, bro, he was just like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he killed Soups with no problem. So that's why like, we know Homelander is really. So what I'm saying, that makes Stormfront really something different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he kills, and that's why I think that's probably what it is.
I wonder why she changed her name. Like, did people at that point realize that what her previous moniker was?
Well, remember her
evil?
other suit? Because her other suit had the Confederate flag on it.
But
she was actually really beating up black people.
And so,
right, but was it widely known that that?
But I'm sure.
Yeah, because that's how they discover her.
Yeah,
remember the black lady I was talking about?
That black lady only knew because she killed her brother.
Remember she
did
told
the world know?
But remember she told Homelander at the beginning, you got to kind of go with the times. You got to adapt. Yeah. And so she probably was like, this ain't gonna fly. This a more woke time. Yeah. That's why she adopted the feminist thing.
Yeah. But I mean that's also slick because like after when Liv talked about it the last show, I didn't pay attention to the fact that she was doing the like how you manipulate social media now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that was her whole like and what made it so crazy, it was like you just saw how sleazy it is, so fat. Like she boosted fam up ASAP. Like just throw some trash shit out here real quick.
Like people got teams. I got a team of people that make memes.
That's what I'm saying. Like and it's like, but it was really. I was actually watching a documentary on HBO. Like it was like came on like just like on a live TV or whatever that was talking about like the Russian shit about how the trolls, the Russian trolls were doing their whole Trump election, everything like that. So it's like
more than anything, what was the social media experiment on Netflix? Did any of y'all watch that?
No, I didn't watch that.
Oh, watch it. So they legit talk to the person who created the like button. They talk to the people who worked at Pinterest, who worked at Google, who worked at YouTube, and they talk about how the algorithm it is what everybody says. That's what happened. There's people in power that are using the algorithm, and they do dramatization. So it's literally like a team of people that let's say if you broke up with your girl and they want to try to sell something like a breakup. Like there's like a team of people that take what's going on in your shit and like, oh, Bacardi broke up with his girl. Let's show him some pictures of his girl real quick with her new boyfriend. All right, let's make sure in the algorithm, let's show this new nightclub for singles.
I'm reading the book on that. It's called Hook, and it's literally about how to build habit-forming products.
But they talk to the people. So these people no longer work with these companies, but they talk to the people like, yeah, I don't work with them no more because of ethical situations like this where they was like, we are doing this now.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. And
there's entire classes on that. I think it was at Stanford where it's a behavior psychology class for that a lot of tech people they go and take because it's about building habit-forming products.
Yeah.
And so that's why Stormfront, like she knows it. She like, oh, if I do it, we do the memes, we do it. Like she has the social media.
And it wasn't so crazy. Like it wasn't positive. It was like, we know you killed the motherfucker.
Yeah,
let's just run a bunch of
One of the ones, I don't know if y'all look, 'cause they was going quickly. One of the ones, it was like it showed like the fire and like some foreign place. Then they had like the 9/11 towers behind it. It's like this or this. And it was like, and it had like Homeland in the middle like that.
Yeah, some of the memes is wild, bro.
But I mean, that's really what it is, though. Like when you thought about the troll, like when I was watching that show, it's like, I mean, when you think about how we, not definitely not trying to go political, but like how the election and everything go, and you think about how social media ran, like you had to put, like they were showing like the old Trump ass and the Hillary Clinton ass. It was like, dog, them motherfuckers really was reckless. Yeah. Like that you would see on your social. What you know is crazy is because that's how you know the percentage of people in the world just ain't on TV no more. Because all that smut you would see when they throwing mud would be on the commercial.
Right.
Now it's just social media. It's memes and everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's watching TV no more to really see that. Like, why spend the money run this commercial when I know all we gotta do is share one random meme that if you get 2 million people that like this one meme that says, like, fuck America, then we can advertise whatever we want to that group of people. Right. Because if we want to advertise hate, we want to advertise whatever, we got them already locked into an algorithm off this one post. Like one post literally locks you into like, all right, we can market them how we want to market them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and do whatever. So it's like, it's crazy how social media, it's crazy how people don't really understand that. Like the things that we share, the things that you like you're consistently always going to see the same kind of like energy because it's what you're constantly liking. And you know what I'm saying? Like if you eventually stop liking fighting videos, then you just won't see any more fighting videos.
There you go right here. That's what you're talking about.
Oh, the better there than here.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Better there than here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I mean, if you don't want to see fight videos, then you stop liking fight videos, or you stop sharing fight videos.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Like people that you don't talk to, you can have 600 friends, but if you only liking certain people and commenting on them, that's who always stays into your feed. Yeah. So you find somebody else. If you go to your random friends list, pick a person out the thing and start liking their photos and talking to them, and next you know you just start seeing them consistently in your feed. Like it just really they know how to work that shit. And that's what social media is fucking crazy. Like, like and the fact that it's controlled in so many ways. Like you know it's advertising and Snapchat is advertising and Twitter is advertising and like so it's like no matter where you think you can try to get away from, they have ways to capture what you're saying you're doing to kind of advertise to y'all. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's crazy. Like, that shit's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go and pay some bills real quick. We'll be back. We're going to take a quick break, pay some bills.
On his soapbox.
And then we are going to come back and talk about some other shit.
All right.
Hey, I want to talk to you today about GeeksetPodcast.com, the only place that blends hip-hop culture and geek culture together in one place, and the only place to get your official Geekset swag. Go to our shop and view our wide selection that we offer. From the No Dubs collection, Big Bit Tees, Talking That Geek-ish, and more. Today, use code Deuces during checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. Then, take a picture and post it on Instagram using the hashtag Geekset for a chance to be featured on our page and a chance to win extra deals in the future. So don't hesitate. Drop by the website today. Listen to our latest episode, watch our latest videos, read our latest reviews, and shop with your favorite geeks. GeeksetPodcast.com.
All right, man. We are back. We got a couple of more things that we want to talk about. You know what? Before we get into our major topic, I did want to do some quick hits. Okay. Because I wanted to get y'all thoughts on certain things that I was not 100% on board, but now I am. Like WandaVision. Y'all watched the trailer?
Seen the trailer. No,
I saw the trailer.
Oh, bro,
it looked interesting.
The trailer looks super
but
interesting.
I enjoyed the first trailer anyway. I enjoyed whatever they're trying to do Like it seemed like Disney's Plus and the Marvel Cinematic or just the Marvel Universe in general, they're gonna do a lot of creative shit.
Yeah, because they announced, but today was that today they announced that Nick Fury's getting this shit.
I'm like Sam, like, why do we need to make some more money, fam? Let me get up. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. He said I ain't gonna do Agents of Shield, but if y'all gonna give me my own shit.
It makes me think about what Carl Jones said. Remember what, like I said, that conversation I had with Carl Jones?
Yeah.
When he was saying, he was like, you tried to tell him something. He was like, so they probably was like, hey, we gonna bring you an Agent of Shield. He was like, Nah. Like
I'm just gonna be an extra. Like yo, I'm Nick Fury, man.
That sounds like Nick Fury.
Yeah,
that's like Nick Fury.
WandaVision, because like the fact that like. Because when I first heard about WandaVision, I thought, okay, they're going to be living in this past and having this facade of a life, and they're going to have to deal with, like, trying to keep it under wraps. But from the trailer, it almost seems like they wasn't fully aware of them being in this alternate universe.
Aware. What I like about it is...
It's just very mysterious because remember when they was drilling her at when they was like, well, how did you get married? Why did you got kids? And she was also like, like they had that moment.
You talking about in the new trailer?
Yeah, the new trailer. And what I like about it, my fault. Go ahead, you can go ahead.
The other, you can get into it. And then the last part was like there was some chick in a car and she wasn't moving, and then Vision grabbed her and she was like, "Oh my God, am I dead?" And he was like, "No, like why would you ask that?" She was like, "Because you are." And then like he was like, so it was like it's just like, yeah, like what is going on?
Yeah,
that's
so
why.
It seemed like it seemed like they're gonna do a lot of like. It's gonna almost feel like it's supernaturally, but it's not. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder, are they gonna do? Because they still got to figure out a way how to bring mutants in. And I know she's supposed to be. I think they said she's supposed to be the villain in Doctor Strange.
Who?
Scarlet Witch.
What? I missed that.
I could have sworn that's what they said.
Maybe, I remember that was gonna be an idea.
Yeah,
I remember that being an idea.
I'm pretty sure. I mean. Don't quote me then, because maybe I misremembered.
Like an unintentional villain or an actual?
Well, I think it would make sense.
But Scarlet Witch was a villain.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking.
But I mean, they changed her story drastically.
But that's why I'm thinking it would make sense with her mind snapped after Vision died.
Yeah.
Like her mind snapped. And
that's what I was. Yeah.
I'm thinking this would be the way that they also could bring in the mutants because they adapt the House of M storyline, where she's like. This is, remember, because that time she was like, no more mutants. She changed all reality.
Yeah.
So that could be what this is.
So this is what I'm thinking. And this is what, because what if it's one of those schizophrenia shit, like where, like she snapped and she split in two. So she becomes the villain, but this other world is like the true, right? So like maybe she becomes that villain because that the goodness of her is locked up away in this world. I think Vision created this perfect life with Vision and this other, and so
I can see that.
Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Doctor Strange one is supposed to deal with the multiverse.
It is. It definitely is.
So,
it is,
and it makes sense. Like I said, and
what happened to Scarlet after Endgame?
Nothing like so. Not like she didn't die or anything like that.
That was the last thing she just. Her last big scene was the "you took everything from me" scene.
Right, and that was it. He like, I don't know who you was.
That was the big
scene. Big scene because they had that.
Yeah, they had that
in Endgame where all the women came together. And
but of course, Vision would come back.
That was funny when the boys parodied that.
Yeah,
that was funny when the boys parodied that.
The what?
In the movie?
The all women scene.
The movie.
You talking about that? Yeah, that was wild. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like the boys,
they did a bunch. But they had really like these Josh Rewhite scenes.
No, I mean you know what? Now I do want to see her as big bad because Scarlet Witch is OP as fuck. Like
she always been OP.
She's always been OP as fuck, and like that moment that we got to see her like really giving it to Thanos, and he's like, I don't even know who you were.
Yeah.
Like that moment was like really fucking dope because we was like, yo, like we got to see her power, but then they had to. There was so much else going on that had to happen. So I can see that.
And that's what I'm thinking. You got to figure that's going to be that's coming out next year. Well, not everything got pushed back because of COVID. But it's one of the more soon.
Yeah, they was announcing WandaVision early. Like,
you know what? Like even Doctor Strange, that's one of the more soon movies. They're not going to announce the big bad. They're not who's going to be the next big bad because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, but I mean, like Scarlet Witch can't be the villain. She can be.
That's what I'm thinking.
Can like whatever if they connected WandaVision to the story, then like you said, it could be a manipulative thing where she like they now like the beginning half of like the Doctor Strange is trying to like fix.
Yeah,
Well,
trying
Scarlet
to.
Witch.
Well, with King the Conqueror, and you got to think with Doctor Strange dealing with the multiverse. There's Scarlet Witch plays a part because whatever the multiverse opens up, there's a reason why King the Conqueror is probably going to have to need that. He's going to need access to that.
Yeah.
But that's
And
what
so
I'm thinking.
hey,
But like he won't. He's obviously won't be the big bad in that movie because he's going to be the overarching big bad.
he's going to be the overarching big bad.
So they can have Scarlet Witch be the big, not even the big bad of the movie.
It has
She's
to be
just a bad in the movie.
Yeah,
because
she can be
remember,
bad.
Namor is going to have to be a bad at some point. Like they even though.
Well, I mean, they're gonna do like the Marvel Universe. Like Namor and all them is gonna be bad in other people's movies.
Yeah, it'll be like
Like
it'll.
it just still links to it like a bigger.
And they said, and they've been rumored that they still want to do They want to do Doom Justice, so they're gonna have to figure out how to bring in
in
Doom.
the Fantastic Four. Cause I know they said they were gonna bring in them because they
Ooh,
want
I
to bring
mean-
in Silver Surfer.
Yep.
Fam, that's gonna be wild.
They want to bring in Moon Knight.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, so are they?
Yeah.
But so in everything that they're saying that they want to do, are they trying to bring them all in movies, or like are they really
Well,
trying
see,
to like
certain
have
things-
the TV shows and everything all kind
Certain
of
things
outside?
gonna have to be movies.
Certain things going to have to be movies. Certain
Like-
things may be TV shows.
I could see
But
Fantastic
they're
Four
all-
because they already did that twice. I
Yeah.
could see that being a show.
Yeah, but the thing about it is they're no longer trying to separate them. Remember, for the longest, it was like, oh, we're just gonna focus on like
Yeah.
shit that happened in TV. Maybe some of it would like
Yeah.
now they're like,
I mean,
no.
that was perfect though.
Yeah,
Like the
now
fact
they're
that-
like, nah, we're gonna
yeah,
bring
the fact that
everything.
Disney Plus is
But
like
it gives them that. Where it makes better sense to do it this way is because then you can do certain things justice without giving it the big grandista of a movie.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could go in like even though the House of M is so fucking dope and you can do a full movie on House of M, to have them in like say if they
That's why- that's why-
bring it via the show.
Even if that turns out to be what WandaVision is about, where it's like she could before she took away all the mutants, she built up that false reality
right, yeah.
in House of M. So this could be that false reality that could be into season 1.
Yep.
And she realizes somebody done told her like, hey, this is all fake, and her mind just snaps and she's like, okay,
Yep.
I'm building my own new reality then.
Yep.
So I mean, yeah, I can see that. But that also can be if they had that be the season. That's when she snaps at the end. That would be the build up for the Doctor Strange
For the
movie.
Doctor Strange,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
Like,
yes,
now we're
and
trying to
that's
stop
it.
Scarlet
That's what I'm
Witch
thinking.
from
That's what I'm
Right.
thinking,
trying to wipe
that
everything
this
out.
season will be done, obviously before COVID, but I'm assuming season 1 will end. She'll do the Doctor Strange movie, whatever's in that, and then whatever the next season of WandaVision will come in after that.
Well,
even if WandaVision may be a 1-season show, I don't know if they said it was going to be
Right.
multi-season.
But even think
Yeah,
about
I'd be
it.
fine. I mean, I think
I'll be
one season
fine
showed
with
this to be a filler.
Because
Yeah.
because think about it this way, we still got Falcon and Winter Soldier, who's gonna be the big bad. They're like so like they can be doing this to lead up to stuff,
Yeah.
right? And they can build more.
I mean, that's what I said. It's gonna be cool. Like Disney. As much as we, even with this talk about how Disney is this big, the
Yep.
big bad company, whatever. But it's like if their vision is correct, where now having Disney Plus means that if you really like when we done
They got
10
She-Hulk
years
coming.
from
That's
now,
something we didn't
That's
talk about.
That's why I was
we
gonna
got
bring up
10
next.
we done
They
10
got
years from
Tatiana
now,
Maslany to be
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they can like, and that's the thing. Another thing, She-Hulk is huge in the Marvel universe, but like not giving her a movie, but still doing her justice with a show. Even let's think about it this way.
Because she could star in the show and then show up in a movie.
Yeah, but think about it this way. If all
But I
of
mean,
these-
if they're using all the same actors, then that's the perfect part.
Think about
it.
all these movies if there was only one season, right? But they was all in that,
Filler, like just part of the
all
year.
in a whole universe. One season of WandaVision, we get a couple of movies. One season of Falcon and Winter Soldier, get a couple of movies.
Yeah.
One season of the Nick Fury, sure, with a couple of movies. The She-Hulk season, couple of movies. Like it expands the universe to a whole lot
But
of things.
that's what I was gonna say. Like if you think about even Disney Plus app, if you're just a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Right,
Like
you
10
can
years from
get
now,
so much.
you can pretty much watch this app and be like, "Dog, I'm finna run through the whole fucking thing," and you're watching all the shows, all the movies to really get the full-fledged like Marvel Cinematic Universe story. So it's like I feel like they made the biggest decision by creating TV series now using all the actors still. Because that's been something that I think in all superhero movies that we've always talked about is like it hurts because you get some of the best actors out of TV. There's like, why y'all can't just get this nigga the movie? Like, why he can't get the movie budget?
Like DC, like low key.
Y'all can pay this nigga low money. Like, we don't know what we gonna do with you yet, but
like low key, like I said, I always said like Grant Gustin is my Flash. I'm sorry. I'm never going to accept Ezra Miller. I'm never going to accept Ezra Miller.
I mean, they both can go. So.
Nah, I fuck with Grant Gustin.
I don't like the Flash show.
What was the actor in Arrow that played Deathstroke? Because that's my Deathstroke. Like, even though I
didn't watch Arrow. I watched a couple episodes.
I remember you being you was on the Arrow fan.
But that season is by far one of the best superhero show seasons ever.
I do think, to his point, I do think DC should use some of their characters from there. I mean, I'm not a fan of really any of the DC CW shows, but they've already built an entire universe, and you can tell from when I watched their crossover event, they built a whole universe, and it would have only made it better if during that crossover event you could have had Gal Gadot come in, you could have had Jason Momoa come in,
Manu Bennett. Bro.
Oh, that's the guy who
That's the guy who did Deathstroke.
Bro.
Or like you could have had Henry Cavill come. I know they got their own Superman, but like if you could have had instead of.
But I mean that's what I'm saying because they already combined the Flash and all these worlds. Yeah. Like even like I mean like I said when they did.
That's weird because the Flash because Ezra Miller showed up during that.
Well, they did because they did the multiverse.
But that's the thing. So, why they could have did all of this and still use, like I said, a Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, a Henry Cavill. One of the Batmans. I don't know whoever they're going to use for. I guess Batfleck.
No. They. It seems like they're trying to pull back in what's the name to be Old Man Batman.
Which I would love.
No. I thought they was pulling in.
I know he came back too. He's coming back too.
You talking about
Michael Keaton.
I thought Keaton was coming back.
Keaton got to come back to play. He got to come back to play Old Batman.
Ben Affleck said he was.
But I thought Keaton's thing was a standalone for like they was gonna really try to do Batman Beyond.
Yeah, Keaton needs to be Old Man Batman. Like,
but I thought Ben Affleck was coming back too, or is that only just for the?
Well, Ben Affleck was supposed to come back. I think for whatever.
Was it only for the Snyder cut?
The Flash. I think so.
I thought he was coming back for the Flash one too. I could be wrong.
He might make a cameo appearance, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. But see, that's the problem though. Like they have a horrible. I don't know. I don't want to say they're picking a horrible set of characters, but I feel like they're picking people who
they could have did it
they're
smarter.
going for star power because even with Justice League, think about it. Like they had this guy, like I said, Manu Bennett. He did such amazing Deathstroke, but they went with Joe Manganiello, whatever, however you pronounce the last name, but because of star power, he was in True Blood. He was in Magic Mike.
I think that's the problem.
So,
like, I think that's the problem.
I mean, he is a good actor.
Like, I think that's the problem. Like, I feel like they pick people to. I feel like the star power they grab is like one-offs. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Will Smith ain't gonna give you that time.
But I mean, let's not act like Marvel didn't do the star power thing.
Well, I think they took chances. Like.
Robert Downey Jr. was probably their only chance.
I feel like it got to be a money thing. I feel like Marvel had.
Chris Evans was a chance too.
Was he though?
Chris Evans wasn't popping at that time when he got casted.
He was doing enough.
Sorry,
Chris Evans was already playing.
Oh, I got a hold there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Chris Evans.
I don't want that on camera.
Chris Evans before he became Captain America already had an American Pie, American kind of face.
That's the thing.
Okay, well
he was more comedy.
That'll make it more of a chance.
He was more comedy, but he was always playing a lead role.
Established then.
No, he did. I don't think he did anything.
That was a
serious before.
It wasn't
Captain America.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just obviously that was.
But I mean, that would make
10 years
Captain
ago.
America look the cold in the beginning though, because with the original. You know, Chris Evans had the scrawny body. They put him in a look where you like, dog. They got him looking goofy, and then he evolved into this like.
Maybe it's just the misremember because I just remember like, this ain't Chris Evans when he saw the scrawny one. Cause I'm like, I know how Chris Evans look, and it's like clearly I know.
But I mean, and you definitely know that was a CGI body, so you know what I'm saying. Because the nigga head was too big.
That's the thing. I'm remembering that. And I'm like, so clearly I must have known him from something.
And then also remember even Mark Ruffalo was star power, but he was like when they first picked him to be Hulk. When it came out, people was like,
that was because Hulk had just came out. Though.
Yeah, right. they changed him again. Like that was like another wasn't that the year before?
Yeah, that Hulk came out like maybe 2 years before that.
What about was Chris Hemsworth popping before he became Thor?
I feel like he was doing a TV show.
I can't remember him.
Maybe okay, that could be another chance. That could be true. I don't.
So like they took chances based now. Maybe
like, but if you think about it, even getting
I think Scarlett Johansson probably was the biggest star.
Yeah, like, even you think about getting what's her name?
Sam was probably the biggest
from
star.
the first Avengers.
If you think about getting what's
Yeah,
his
you
name,
might be
Iron
right.
Man,
Okay, I might
what's his
have-
name, Robert Downey.
No, that
Robert
was
Downey.
for sure a
But
chance.
they called that was what I'm saying. They
That
called
was
Robert
for
Downey.
sure
He
a
was
chance.
fresh off of like
That-
court cases
Yeah,
and everything.
That was for
That
sure.
was
And
for
they was
sure
like, we gonna let
That
you.
was my point. I was saying that was the only chance, but y'all might be.
Like
I think, now that we talk through it, I think you're
Samuel
right.
Jackson and Scarlett Johansson was probably the biggest stars. Like, okay, we
Of the
know they
first
going.
Avengers, we're going to the first four.
And they only play supports. Like they really would put them in the movie to be like, we need you to boost these niggas up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
we
ain't
need
gonna
you to
say
come
Jeremy
in
Renner was
and
like
put
a
them
star.
in,
So
like,
yeah, you might be okay. So maybe I guess it's been.
Because it's been so long.
It's been so
like
long.
Chris Evans,
Man,
like, bro.
like, now
I
they
remember,
can be like-
I remember Chris Evans. I feel like Chris Evans did one fucking like war movie.
I know Chris Evans.
See, I know Chris
I know
Evans.
where I know him from. Scott Pilgrim.
See, he was.
That's
Well, I
right.
know from
That's
that.
right. But I was trying to. I was trying to
Wait,
figure out
what's
why
your
was I
start
so
from Chris
excited?
Evans? My start from Chris Evans is not another teen movie.
That too. Then he was also in Fantastic Four.
And wasn't he in a National Lampoon?
That was
that was Ryan Reynolds.
That's Ryan Reynolds.
yeah.
That's Ryan
No,
Reynolds.
that was
But
Van Wilder. That was
but-
Van Wilder. That was Ryan Reynolds, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Van Wilder.
Van
Van
Wilder.
Wilder. He might have been in a National Lampoon, but I mean, but
But
no.
not
No,
another
National Lampoon
not
might be
National-
Van Wilder too. They might be all in the same universe.
Was it
Remember, 'cause
National Lampoon's Van Wilder?
started. Remember, they started doing
Van
the whole
Wilder
thing.
Van Wilder is a National Lampoon.
Okay.
Oh, then it might. Okay, then I was still. What's the
Then
name?
that was Ryan
But no,
Reynolds.
you
was
said
Ryan
what's,
Reynolds.
what's the other one before that you said he
Not
was
another
in?
Not
teen
another
movie.
teen movie.
Not no the other one.
Fan-
You were
he did-
Fantastic-
he did
like I actually
Fantastic
forgot
Four.
he was a Fantastic
Oh
Four.
no, I didn't. I
I
knew.
didn't.
I
No,
knew.
I like that.
I like
And I
the first
enjoyed
one.
the Fantastic
I
Four.
did. I like the first
But
one.
see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I did.
but
The
see,
second
the
one-
Chris
the second one
Evans
was
in
trash.
Fantastic Four was what he was in like not another teen. Like he was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
It was-
teenager.
It was still
like
he was like the cool.
Yeah.
So like,
playboy.
so like I said, like when he became Captain America was the very first time he had to be like like he had to
But
be
that's
like
right.
a
Straight
different,
edge.
like
Straight
straight
edge.
But
edge.
I know
Yeah.
why, because it came out because he couldn't do the press stuff for Scott Pilgrim because Captain America came out. 'Cause the reason I remember it specifically is because Michael Cera came out at Comic-Con that year in a Captain America costume because he couldn't be there.
Oh wow.
Oh, I didn't know
that's
that.
why. That's why I remember. Cause I'm like, why does that stick out in my head so much? But now I'm remembering. That's why. Because I love Scott Pilgrim.
I love the Scott Pilgrim. It's
Dog,
one of my.
too.
It's,
Do you
it's one of
realize
my
how many
all-time.
people was
Fucking
in that
too.
movie?
It was so.
Everybody.
Like
Like, it was one of my
Dog.
all-time favorite.
Like, it is crazy how many people.
I understand the true definition of like cult classics.
Yes,
with
because it is
Scott
crazy
Pilgrim.
how many people was in that movie and went on to like.
Yeah, and I never even read. My thing is like I've never
read.
read the books. Like everybody said, the books are just as good. Like the story, like the novel, actually, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
is really that same kind of storyline of like, you know what I'm saying? It's just some handwritten Canadian anime of him fighting this woman's. You know what I'm saying? But like the show. The movie putting so much like
Dog,
video game
the
content,
video,
the
dog, it was
fights,
so cold. I
it
remember
was
going to see that in
and Michael
theaters.
Cera played him perfectly.
He did.
Like
Perfectly.
Michael Cera is like even like I love the Scott Pilgrim. Like they finna finally do like the Scott Pilgrim
So
video
this
game.
like outside. If we're taking like blockbuster show movies that he did and stuff before Captain America. So he would like I said, not another teen movie, which is kind of like a college classic. Like that's one of those
Yeah.
ones that's up there with like American Pie and shit
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
But then outside of that, like he did like The Perfect Score, Cellular, Fierce People, and like stuff like that. They did the Fantastic Four, so like that was like a little bit. He
I mean, that
voiced
was a summer blockbuster.
summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good role for him.
Yeah.
To catch you cussing
Yeah.
something.
And then the movie. So remember a while back ago when I told y'all there was this movie that Keanu Reeves and The Game was in.
Bro, I still don't
He
believe
was
this
not
is
in
a
that
movie.
movie.
Yes, he was.
I
No,
still don't believe
he
this
was.
is a
It was
movie.
called Street Kings. It was called Street Kings.
He's so happy about this.
No,
now.
because he was in it. It was
Bro,
called
I'm
Street
not-
Kings.
I do remember Street. I remember the
Street
name.
Kings.
I
This
don't think I ever watched that movie, but I do remember
definitely
Street
didn't
Kings.
watch it.
Yeah.
I thought it was Biker Boys.
Matter of fact, you want to know what? Street Kings came out around the same time as the DMX and what's the name movie?
Yep, yes, it
and
was.
Steven Seagal movie.
Yep.
Remember, I thought
Because I was mad at the DMX Steven Seagal movie. Like, nigga,
didn't know that
what
was
are we
a movie.
doing as rappers, nigga? You
Dog.
better-
But you know what? You know what? What should have hit and what should have been a big role for him, but it didn't during that time. He was in The Losers before.
Fuck is the losers.
Do you remember the comic book The Losers? The Losers, where it was
I know the comic book. I don't remember the
remember the
movie.
comic
you don't remember the movie because Dean's that Winchester.
I feel like it sound like you gotta you want to give me some kind of story because it sounds like I
Idris
remember.
Elba, remember Idris Elba, like he was part of it, but he ended up being the big bad at it. It was Idris Elba, Chris Evans, Zoe Saldana, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I do remember.
Yeah,
I don't
this.
remember this movie.
I do remember
It seemed like
this.
it would have been a movie based
So
off
pretty
those
much-
names. You should have. You feel like you would have did good.
I thought it was a good movie. Pretty much, there was this ragtag group, but they was military. But then they got framed they got framed to be, and it was like enemies of the state, so they end up calling themselves the losers.
Yeah, it's like the red. Yeah, it's like that Red movie that Bruce Willis and them did.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna have to watch it.
And then
I
they
don't remember that.
end up having to try to figure this out. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was the
leader of the group.
Of the group, and it turned out that Idris Elba, he was a part of their crew, but then it turned out that he was the big bad.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I thought
I'm
it was a good
gonna have to check it out.
I think I
That
saw.
movie,
I think I saw
it was one of those movies like it should have hit and it didn't hit. And that was, and that probably was going to be his big break.
Damn, so after Avengers, they just started going for names though. Because I'm trying to think, if you're going, everybody who came after Avengers, after Avengers, they were like, we're going for names.
Big names.
But after Avengers, everybody just wanted to do it.
But I'm saying,
Like at that
Bro,
point, everybody just wanted to do it.
Method Man is actively like, hey, I am working to be in a Marvel
'Cause
movie.
after
Fucking
that-
Jensen Ackles was like,
Yeah, I saw that.
want to be in a like
yeah,
right
after
now.
that,
That's the goal.
They didn't take any risk after that.
No,
'Cause everybody after that was already established.
But it's like that's how you can tell the generation's so different because it's like
They got the pick of the litter right now.
yeah. But it's like when you think about because I remember watching like even when Michael Keaton was talking about being Batman and he was like they were talking about like I think Batman Returns or whatever. It was something like YouTube video I remember or a Facebook video I remember watching and they were talking about like they were just trying to make Batman Returns sexy and hip.
To
And
be
it was
fair,
like they didn't know nothing about the comic book world.
Before the Marvels and stuff. Well, I guess maybe starting with the Dark Knight series. Even though I didn't like that series like that, like I think it's overrated.
Started with the Dark Knight
That's
series.
probably where they started really
serious.
taking it super serious.
Because the actors in general.
Yeah,
like,
because before then, actors were like, "Oh yeah, I just did this movie." Like,
I feel like even
they didn't respect it. They didn't respect superhero-ness.
I feel like even the Sam Raimi Spider-Man ones, they did great because they made good money.
Yeah.
But they still weren't taking that
Spider-Man 1
serious.
is still good. No, but I don't like.
I feel like that's what it is, and I think once you talk to somebody who's part of the Marvel thing,
It's a prestige film
It's
type
really
now.
it's not even that though. It's like you just know you set for a very long
Well,
time.
see, that's the thing.
Like
Now-
if we put you in a Marvel movie, you're not gonna be just in one movie.
That's the thing. That's
You know what
the
I'm saying?
goal now. As an actor, the goal used to be like, I just want to be in a summer blockbuster. You know, James Cameron. You know,
I
like
wanna
whatever
get,
it
you
is.
know-
Like I want to be in. Now the goal is I need to be in a superhero movie. There's people doing research.
Like, I feel-
people are championing it. People are doing research and trying to position themselves. Oh, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make myself look like this person, so that way when
Yeah.
they
There are people who do research.
Like I feel like now when you think about it, like I feel like they came to Chris Evans and they came to Robert Downey. Like, look, fam, we saw your list. You know what I'm saying? We saw what you did before.
I think that is one thing.
Because they are like the main stars, and they all.
That one, I will say.
Certain people
I
do.
remember. I think it was an article I was reading. Either that or it was like a short film about basically how they put this together. That was heavily researched.
Yeah.
Everything that Marvel did for those first 10
the Russo
years,
brothers are
they
beasts,
even
bro.
Kevin Feige, like
Yeah.
all of when they
They
sat
are
down and said, "We're about to
beasts.
build us a universe." Every fucking
But I mean that's what I'm saying.
thing.
So you got to get sold on that. So you got to figure. So it's like when you get Chris Evans, who we talked about, like who really didn't have a hot run. Robert Downey Jr. He was on his last legs.
I think it was all. I think Robert Downey Jr. was the key piece at first. They was like, okay, we're gonna get him. And
Remember, that was the first one.
That was the first movie.
But you also gotta respect. I think they had to get Robert because it was like, all right, you got a rough time, but you are really like Robert Downey Jr. is actually a fantastic actor.
They probably,
you know what I'm saying?
they probably sold him on this character is you, and they was like, look at it this way.
Yeah, because I think especially after the first Iron Man, that's when they were probably like, oh, we got money. We got money. We can do some shit here.
Like because I feel like I don't know if Robert Downey Jr. is fully like how he is as Tony Stark in real life, but I definitely feel like
he can play the hell of that.
And think about who they got. They got people who were just noticeable enough where you're like, oh, that's such and such, right? So they probably was like, look here, we're gonna give you this, and we're gonna run this run right here. We're gonna run. They probably sold it up to Avengers 1. We're gonna do these 4 connected movies up to Avengers, right? And they probably was like, look here, so we can guarantee you this. And they probably didn't have to pay them out the ass because, like I said, Robert Downey Jr. was on the comeback.
Everybody
Chris Evans didn't have his big break yet.
So
you know what I'm
that's what I'm
saying?
saying. They were able
Chris
to kick this.
Hemsworth was a new actor, really trying to get his foot
like
in.
they was able to kick this movie off with paying them very low. Like, because even like now, like when it wasn't Chadwick was making the less. No, is it Scarlett? Who's making the least out of the cinematic universe? Was it Scarlett?
I don't know.
I forgot. Like I remember they were when everybody was talking about renewing their salaries or some shit like a year or something ago. They have run a list of like who all was getting the top paid. Robert Downey Jr. gets top paid.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he gets cut of sales.
Yeah, he get a cut of sales.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he gets top paid, which I mean makes sense because he like nigga, I started all this.
Oh yeah.
Like I started all this. Like
I'm sure that has
and
to
he
be
probably.
gold.
I wouldn't put it past that he paid into that. Like I need part of this for real. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally knows from how he looked like I can be Tony Stark for the rest of my life.
But here's the thing, and this is where they hit gold. This is where they struck gold with that. They sold the characters to the people, right? Like there was like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, stuff like that. Those actors also went and did their research on the character. Like they talked about it heavily. Now, like Robert Downey Jr. said, I went and just purchased every Marvel comic. Chris Evans, I purchased everything.
Which I'm hoping
they real life live those characters.
They live those characters.
You see them at appearances. I remember seeing the whole thing when they first unveiled Chadwick. Literally, you could the way they announced him.
Yeah,
you can see the Robert Downey Jr. looked like he was basically announcing like he was announcing as Tony Stark. He's
and that's what's so crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like I was like even going to like one of the conversations you had with Cynthia on 101s when y'all talking about the Will Smith thing or whatever. Yeah. Like Robert Downey Jr. Like I want to say probably like post Tony Hawk. Like I mean post Tony Stark. Post Tony Stark is like. Even though he does different, like, cause you did Sherlock Holmes after the Iron Man, like he did something. He did even Dr. Dolittle, like
no, he did Sherlock
Dolittle.
Yeah, he did Dolittle. He did Sherlock Holmes. There was something else that he did.
But I feel like
Sherlock Holmes.
Was really like weird to me though. It's like I feel like how you were trying to say like Will, like you always see Will Smith in every role, like Will Smith is just being this or whatever.
I see Tony Stark in all of his roles. Like
yes,
I watched.
Yeah, like Sherlock Holmes, Tony Stark, like Sherlock Holmes is pretty much Tony Stark without fucking gadgets.
Funny is like you see Will Smith as Will Smith, but you see Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark and Tony Stark in other movies.
Bro, yeah. like I see Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark as Sherlock Holmes, and Jarvis is fucking Jude Law. Like Jarvis is Jude Law. Like nigga, like that's literally how I feel like he runs. I never seen Dr. Dolittle, but I feel like after I saw him in that. It's like you really. I feel like that's just how he talk. Even if you ever saw like Instagram videos of him how he talk, whatever, he still talks that fast. He talks in that really like very like stylish way. You know what I'm saying? Like the motherfucker, I just feel him dancing around and doing whatever he wants to do. Like, so it's like that's what's so crazy about that. So it's like it's funny that they capture him so much. Like that, how he's really like, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's like when you talking about the Will Smith thing, it's like you see Will Smith just being Will because I guess of like. We don't even see Will Smith. Like, I feel like we see, I don't want to say Fresh Prince. I'm trying to find the movie because I don't feel like Will Smith is Will Smith. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you were trying to say with Cynthia?
I feel like
that's how I
like how I say like
I feel like segments. I feel like for a certain while after Hitch, I just felt like I just saw Hitch. Cause like the way his character was, like
that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like he get into a season of a role, and the stakes there. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you think about like,
told you 4K,
burnt that 4K out.
I told you 4K eventually. I told you
we should have shot at HD.
Burnt that 4K out real quick.
That's what size is that?
That was 128 gigs. I told 4K. No, are you compressing it?
I don't know. I did. Remember I told you.
How much was it compressing?
I don't know.
That's a conversation held off mic.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, I don't want to spend too much on it because we do got another topic. But one last off topic. A sad news coming. December 7th. The last season of Attack on Titans is going to be dropping.
I heard about that. I'm ready for it. I was just asking somebody.
I love Attack on Titans.
I do too, but it's like series got to end, bro.
Like, but I was just Dragon Ball. I feel like it should have been out.
Dragon Ball has spoiled me.
Series gotta end, bro.
Yeah, series gotta end, bro.
I know.
I hope it's gonna be a long one. Like I would be happy.
No, it is going to be 12 episodes. Like,
they finna go to this whole island.
I'm just guessing.
They finna go to that island. So like, I hope they at least gonna give me 2 seasons in the island. Like break it down.
No, this is last season.
But I'm saying I'm hoping it's like I'm hoping it's like two, like
it got to be at least 24 episodes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like give me 24 episodes that you break up.
Let's look it up real quick and let's see. I bet it's under 20.
You bet it's under 20?
I bet it's under 20.
I bet it's over 12.
18, I bet.
I don't
18
know.
sounds like a good number.
What I'm looking at doesn't tell me.
That's what I'm finna.
But I mean, yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of I'm sorry. But I mean, like I said, I feel like it should have been came out. Like I was just talking.
COVID.
You asked me
Then I asked you,
multiple times.
yeah,
Like,
bro,
is
is Attack on Titan out yet? Like, dog, I've been waiting for a new season of that shit, dog. Like,
I mean, COVID postponed.
that's
a
why
lot
they
of
said
shit.
we ain't got time for this shit, bro. This last season.
COVID postponed a lot of shit.
They said write all that shit up, bro. This last season, we done.
It doesn't. I don't know. I'm not seeing.
I don't think we gonna know how many episodes we're gonna do yet.
Nah,
It's too
I'm not
soon.
seeing anything. I tried to look.
Well, I mean, just wanted to say, I mean, I'm like, I haven't. There hasn't been one bad season of Attack on Titan for me.
Whenever the season arrives, this is their estimate, it will likely receive, to your point, 2 parts of 10 episodes.
So
Okay.
20.
20 episodes. That's what they did the last season, though. They split it up.
That's what they're basing it off of.
They sure did.
That's literally what they're basing it off
That's what
of.
it was, though. Like, that's how it got me the last time. Because you watch the first 10 episodes, and it was like, the niggas like, I remember being like in the bar shop, and my guy, Marcus was like, but you started watching Attack on Titan again? I'm like, it's back out. He was like, niggas on your break. He was like, niggas on your break. Like, nigga, that shit back out. I'm like, oh, shit. Like,
Some other, and I guess just quick before, are you going to watch the Inuyasha sequel? It starts.
They're doing
next
a sequel to
Saturday.
Inuyasha?
They're doing the sequel. You haven't seen any of the
No.
thing on it?
I haven't
yeah,
either.
they're doing a whole sequel series. It's going to be based off of Sesshomaru has twin daughters and Inuyasha has a daughter.
So it's like Boruto.
together?
Wait, what? They're not having it together. No. What kind of
Like, well, no, you talking about you said, I thought you were talking about the old girl.
No, his Inuyasha's daughter is with Kagome.
Yeah.
They don't know who Sesshomaru's daughter's mother.
But he has 2 kids.
He has his twin. I think they're twin daughters.
Hey, man, so I didn't finish Boruto.
I actually got to watch it. I'm probably like maybe
I
6,
didn't finish
7
Boruto.
episodes.
I started reading the manga.
But like because of how kiddie it was, I'm always skeptical when they go kids now.
I don't know. The preview for the Inuyasha, I think it's called.
Oh, the preview's out.
The preview is out because it starts next Saturday, I think.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's called Princess
Oh,
Yashahime.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
That's
even hear
probably
about
why I
it.
didn't notice it.
And it starts, like I said, it starts next Saturday. The preview looks pretty interesting. The premise of it looks like one of Sesshomaru's daughters got sent to the future, and the daughter that was left in the past doesn't know that she has a sister anymore. So when she comes back, it's like a memory loss type of thing.
Oh.
It looks
Okay.
interesting. So,
Then
yeah.
they twins. I mean, that makes
I
sense.
think they're twins. They could be like closely. They could be like maybe a year apart or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, well, let's wrap this up and talk about LoveCraft Country.
Yeah,
Man.
We got, what, 2 episodes to talk
we're going
about?
to talk about 2 episodes. What episode numbers are those?
5 and 6.
Episode 5 and 6.
We're coming up close to the end of the season. 'cause there's 10 for the
Episode
season.
5 is pretty much the Metamorphosis episode, and episode 6 is the flashback episode.
Yeah.
So let's start with episode 5, where we talk about.
Oh, yeah. So that was
she
that was
became the white lady.
Let me
That
get,
was-
let
that
me
was-
get her name. What's
Ruby.
the Ruby, yeah, Ruby.
Ruby's white episode in
To our
Montrose.
point, though, we caught that.
We did call it.
We caught the Christina
We did call
Wood.
it.
We are 1 for
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, we caught- that was an easy call.
We doing
That was easy.
better. We doing better than Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So,
Like that was, but I feel like I feel like it got.
I feel like that was an easy call.
It got blatantly easy after when it happened. You kind of realize how easily it was placed in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, which made me kind of mad at Jordan Peele because, like, I thought you was gonna be a little more. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, it's not just him. He's not. He's executive producer, by the way.
To his defense, a lot of people did not see it coming.
Also, he's executive producer.
Yeah.
Misha Green is the one
Misha Green, I
who
wanted to
wrote
bring
this.
that up. Misha Green.
This is her.
This is her.
He's executive producer.
Him and J.J. Abrams are just executive. It's just under their wheelhouse. But Misha Green, a black woman, is the one
Is
that's
who wrote
heading
it.
this
Yeah.
and wrote
Which,
it.
I mean, yeah. So that's what I would
So
actually want to read this book.
Yeah.
Because I heard the book is actually really
I did
good.
too.
But like I said, to their defense, a lot of people didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I
Really?
noticed that when I looked on
Yeah.
the Reddit and looked on Twitter.
A lot of people
were
a
shocked,
lot of people were shocked.
and I was shocked at that.
Well, remember, we didn't think about it until Didge brought it up that episode.
But what made me shocked is I picked it up from reading the Reddit. So I'm like, nigga, where was y'all at when I was reading this on the
Niggas,
Reddit?
they ain't get that notification you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I mean, that's what I'm saying about that. I mean, but when you, like, 'cause it was like when you brought it up, but when you brought it up, though, it made perfect sense.
Well, see, that's the thing,
Perfect
and that's one of those things that is like it's like we hide something in plain sight. That when you think about it, it's like, duh.
Yeah.
But like it's one of those things that like because of all that, and I think think about
a lot of shit happened.
Yeah, think about everything that led up. There was so much shit going on. You didn't have time to process that. You wasn't even thinking
shit
about
we
that.
still haven't came back to.
Like
Kyle's birthing vampires.
Right, we thinking we're thinking about the Kyle versus vampire. We're thinking about him being connected to the Garden of Eden to the past. We're thinking about
the spirit lady.
The spirit lady. Like there was so much shit going on there. We didn't even get a chance to process who was this white lady. Anyway, who was this white dude? Wait, they just like we didn't get. So like
I get that. I get that. I mean, they do a lot of frantic in the beginning. Like I said, the only thing that.
We still didn't get an answer on the intro. Like we what the
we still don't get an answer on the intro.
Jamie, the lady Gia, she was in the intro. She was in. That was her.
Yeah.
In one of the
No, I'm just saying though. Like we still didn't like.
Yeah, no, we still don't know what that means.
What was that?
I think he was just dreaming about Lovecraft shit.
Bro, I don't know.
He was reading a book and woke up. Like I think he was just dreaming.
Remember she was seeing his glimpses of his future and shit. So we don't know where any of. Obviously, I jumped ahead to episode 6.
Yeah,
but like we don't. There's so much glimpses.
Bro.
I mean,
which
it was
is
some
cool by the way versus the editing thing because that means they obviously they filmed all of it, but it's like we're just gonna throw this scene in there.
Do we count
how
many episodes is this?
10.
It's 10.
But that's
Were
the
we
thing.
on 6?
You got
7.
6. Well, 7's coming
you
up
got
this
two
weekend.
people who love a twist. J.J. Abrams and everything that he's done, there's a twist. There's some mystery aspect to it. Fucking everything that Jordan Peele has done post-comedy has been a twist to it. Some type of.
Well, I mean, I don't really feel like Jordan Peele gives us twists. He just
he gives you mystery.
He gives you very good.
No, there's a twist because that whole with us, that was a whole twist, bro.
Was it a twist or was it just a psychological view on what we were watching?
When you first saw that trailer and you watched it and you was like, wait, why is they the same people? And to come to find out that everybody has a doppelganger that is twisted. That was a twist.
I don't know if I would call that a twist though.
Because you found this out so early.
I feel like a twist of
No, you didn't.
They swapped bodies in the beginning. Like, remember
because up until that point, you didn't know that was the
entire
one.
world. He's saying
No, and then up to the point, you didn't know that the one that we saw was the one that was originally from below.
That part is the
remember,
twist.
That was the twist.
Part is a twist.
You thought that was the regular one, not knowing that.
I'll give him that. That part is a twist.
You didn't know that, bro.
Fam,
if you telling me you knew that was the one from the
I'm
beginning.
I'm not gonna fully say I 100% did, but when they met up and they kind of talked, I had a vague idea like they swapped, cause especially when it was like it wasn't to more and more like I didn't outright say like this ain't the same person.
I will give him that. I did start thinking about it when. After seeing them, and then I started showing about how she had to basically relearn to talk and relearn how to do so much stuff. I would say probably about halfway through seeing how
the story of her.
See that's the thing. I thought it was just a traumatized. I thought
that's what makes the twist different because you can use that scenario in both.
Yeah, I thought she was just traumatized.
Only reason I thought it because you could see how the way the rest of everybody else was, like the way the rest of the doppelgangers were. So I'm like.
Yeah, they were kind of off.
Yeah, they were all.
Remember, she was
off.
awkward. She couldn't dance. Like
I remember that. Yeah,
rhythm. Like she was completely awkward.
Yeah,
right.
And they having to learn everything.
But I would still say it's a twist because I was definitely, like I said, even though I thought kind of about it.
I mean, but that's the same thing where you're saying like how people didn't catch the like how we caught it and everybody didn't catch the like. I kind of had thoughts already because Get Out. I guess it was.
Get Out was a twist too.
But see, Get Out was probably the twist that gave me the twist to maybe look at us like I'm finna look at everything.
That's 100% what it is for me.
But see, that's the thing with J.J. Abrams because of like what he did with Lost and because of how he did with everything. Like even with you think about Cloverfield, that whole thing was a twist because then everybody was like, "Oh, the footage! If you see the footage and you see the thing, like it was, it's all like so. You got two people who.
But that was 100% what it was for me. It was. I remember seeing Get Out. And I'm like, all right.
But even with Get Out though, like the infamous scene in the thing, I was already like, I know what this is about.
But you didn't know until like closer to the scene.
Well, no, but it was the middle of the show. It was when he was meeting all the white people and they were talking to him about his stuff.
Yeah, but a twist don't only have to happen at the end.
Yeah, a twist don't have to be at the end.
Twist can happen at any given time.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like so.
But we're getting way off track. I still want to talk. We haven't even talked about episode 5 yet.
But I'm just saying
we went off into a twist and started talking about other bullshit. We
didn't talk about Montrose. We didn't talk about Montrose. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we don't have to go to there.
Well, we still talk about Ruby.
We still talking. Yeah, Ruby became the white woman,
and she became full white woman because when she was talking to the black chick that worked at fucking
remember I was telling you I was a little off for her for that.
She was legit.
She was being petty though.
She was being a Karen.
She wasn't even being a Karen. Like she was, because I feel
she was like, you stack it this way because of this.
But she was salty though because it was like she got there. The black girl had no education whatsoever. Like Ruby was trying to do everything to get in there.
Karen vibes.
I don't know. I was a little off her because she definitely bought a little too into that skin complexion.
I think that's probably what we talk about now about really good visual representation. Because y'all saw her in the white skin acting the same way. But if it was like, if she would have got hired as a black woman and really talked to her and been like, you got hired before me, like I know you had to go to school and do all this stuff or whatever. She like, no, I didn't do anything. And you would like, and she would have been on the same energy, like your fucking ass is ashy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you mad.
I'll give you that. You're right. You're right. She being
petty. You being petty. Because you went through all this shit.
Difference.
She got
you just being petty white right now.
If you white and you doing it, you a Karen. If you black and you doing it, you being petty.
You being petty. That's what I'm saying. Like, because I already knew she's in white skin. Yeah. So I'm like, it's still her.
Yeah.
So that's why like I'm still, even though I'm seeing this white woman, I'm like, Ruby out here acting up. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
fair.
You gotta think, even when she got to really cussing out, what's the name? She was like, these white motherfuckers is crazy. And you know what I'm saying? like, you know you white, right?
That part was funny as a bitch.
Like, that's why I say, like, yeah, if you didn't, like, that's what made me look like she just being Ruby. You know what I'm saying? So that, like, to
but
me,
she
was like,
loving the life that William/Christina was giving her.
Fam, she took that shit too quickly. She embraced that too quickly.
Dog,
she did.
She saw
you know
that.
what it was? It was when she walked into that diner and got
that free ice cream.
Ice cream.
That changed everything.
Like left all the money at home. Like I ain't need none of the money. I just was
she literally
winning in my skin.
Making my way downtown.
Yeah, she was loving life.
She definitely had that. She had that vibes heavy going, bro. Like I was like, dog, like. I was so mad. It was like, bro, am I supposed to enjoy this?
You know what I was mad about? You know that this metaphor. So after a while, she was like, she had it like, all right, I'm gonna be going through this. Why was you planning out the time frame of it?
I feel like for the most part she was, other than because she wasn't expecting to go downtown. I mean, not go down. She wasn't expecting to have to go. She wasn't expecting to go back to the South Side after work that one day.
Okay.
So like,
but if you know, like, fam, you gotta stay strong on. Like, I can't make it, fam. Like,
no, because she at that point she was into that white skin and she was loving life. She forgot.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, but remember, she got caught up. Like the only reason they went to the South Side.
She broke it at the end. Remember, she had one on her. Cause remember, she went outside. And she could have took it again.
I just feel like she was just being very.
That's what she gave up. Yeah,
I just feel like she was being very irresponsible with the pill.
But that's because she gave. But she gave up though because she thought that she was giving the white coworkers something like to do, and then she saw her manager. Like treating it like motherfucker, like little nigger, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and she like, well, this shit, I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah,
because
now
you affiliate with them.
Yeah, because she did have it. She did have it down. But that's right. She ended up giving up that last.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So
and then the last time was when she.
My thing was throwing me off though.
Even with the interview though, like
the interview one. Well, that was the first time.
That was the first time.
Yeah, the first time. And when she just left the bottle. Yeah. Remember, dude had it.
Yeah.
And she just. But my thing was, who cleaned up the fucking mess? Because we see how she's peeling out of the skin.
Yeah.
So she pulled out that skin in the elevator.
Some elevator person was pissed.
Like, what if the next nigga was on the floor waiting to get on? And you walking up this bloody and red and the whole body on the floor.
Niggas looking at, hey, what is that?
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Shut up.
So, it was certain things that I was like, I get what you're doing, but I didn't like Ruby shit because there was a lot of shit that was unbelievable in it.
Even in the alley the next day, somebody came out the next day and saw a bloody white
body.
Like,
this disappeared? Like, what happened to this
like,
body?
Where's the news report? Like, hey, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but there's white skin and blood everywhere in random spots.
Like, people are shedding white skin all across the city. Like, I didn't know that. Like, that's why I was like, bro, how are you not? Like, even when she put hands on the manager, I would have been like, look, fam, you were white when I saw you.
Wait, what is
it? Like, obviously, we haven't gotten back to that. We went to the flashback. Is there going to be fallout to that next episode?
Well, maybe it has to be.
But maybe it's like that. Like, ain't nobody gonna believe me type shit. Maybe he's like,
bullshit. That means her skin is still there, nigga. You better take that.
Like, I mean, I said my thing is that you can't. But you're not finna apply it. You're not finna apply there no more.
Who that chick is dead? That's the chick from the first. That was the chick from the.
That was the chick that was at the
in the town. Like the first
chick
episode.
the body that she's in, that chick is dead. So even if he says it, Like, oh, this is
That was the chick from. Remember the one where
the
they
one
went
that was
into town?
the one that was at the that was holding the prison.
Yeah.
She had the dogs. Remember when she blew the whistle and Tick was like, "Why you got that whistle?" That was
Was
her.
it?
Yep.
Yeah, that was her.
That was her.
'Cause that's how she gets the bodies. These are dead people. So William is dead. So I wonder if that story that she told true.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So like, even if he did take the scan and like, this is the they do the
know
DNA
this is
test,
dead
they'll
woman.
find like, wait, this
So
she's
that
dead.
so that would pretty much mean that whatever they're drinking is pretty much the spirit or whatever of whoever that died.
Bro, it's their blood. You saw how red that shit was.
I mean,
it's their blood.
white people be white people.
White people, white people.
You know what I'm saying? And apparently blood is on high alert right
White
now.
people
You
be
know
white
what I'm saying?
people.
Like, from the boys to LoveCraft. Like,
But
they
then,
on
like I said,
love
and
of
then
blood.
Montrose, like I said, like
He was living his truth.
he living his truth.
No, he wasn't, because he lying to everybody.
No, but at the end of
that
the
moment.
episode,
No, bro.
at
At
the
that
end of the
moment.
episode, when he did this,
Yeah, at
he
that
was living
moment,
his
he
truth.
was home.
Bro,
baby.
I don't care
He
what.
was
Look,
Fans
home,
spun in a
look,
baby.
circle like this. That is living your truth.
look, I'm going to be honest. And this better be relatable to something.
I think it was just telling his story. Why he was so unnerved with the two-spirit woman. Why he's so hard on everything that Tick does is because he can't accept himself.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think it is like you are this person who has this life that you can't live because you feel ashamed of this life. So you go so hard on this front, especially with your kid.
Because I mean, that's what I was like, bro. He was just sabotaging so much. Like, bro, I was just so mad. Like,
I think it's just really
like,
that he can't accept himself, so he lashes out.
Like, I feel like I feel like the Montrose's, I'm calling it a P-Valley episode.
Yeah.
Montrose's P-Valley episode.
No, but
No, you gotta watch P-Valley. Trust me.
Montrose's P-Valley episode was like his climax, where we're gonna probably get him again, but it's gonna be very limited now. Because I feel like the buildup of him was like you hated him. Like, I really didn't like him.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
And-
this didn't change anything.
No, it definitely didn't change.
Right, but I
anything.
mean, it was almost like a, like, cause
Oh,
I mean,
you
you got to think,
should
like, you got to
understand
think he slit her throat, and we like, what the fuck,
But
bro?
see, I think that was part of the reason, though. I think it was. I don't think it was fully. Now I don't think it's fully that he wanted to keep them from. I think it was fully the part that she literally was hermaphrodite. And
So now
I
you-
think,
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think that deep into it
like, I think that was part of it now. Like that, the
because
fact
she was
that,
a hermaphrodite, and
I mean, I don't feel like he focused on that part of it,
He,
though.
remember, he asked her, "What are you?" That was the first thing he asked.
that was the
and she
very
was
first
naked
thing.
in front of him.
The very first thing he asked her.
Was that?
Yep.
Yeah. And so I think that was right after. By the way, Tree was right. Hilarious.
Tree was right.
She was right.
Tree was
Remember-
right.
Remember when he was telling Tick, he was like, I mean, yo, daddy getting real close with such and such. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious. So,
Yeah, he's like, Tree-
apparently Tree ain't all jacking. So
Dog, I said he ain't jacking.
Because he was asking about his old boss. He was like, yeah, you ain't talking to your boss anymore. He was like, nah. He was like, well, your dad has.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he
remember
was
that
on
was
his
right
shit.
after we saw dude? Yeah.
So I forgot. Yeah. So that's what. So even that though, that threw me off because I didn't catch that. So
Fair.
Montrose really surprised me when it went to that.
Yeah.
scene, you know what I'm saying?
So, but
and
I
it was
think
like,
it's like, yeah, I think he just real life just can't accept.
but I
himself.
feel like it was almost like a nana boo boo. Like it was like we cut the. Now we gonna split the person that could have gave us all the answers.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
mean,
then,
I'm
and
sure
then
that was
he
part
went
of
to
the
go.
reasoning.
He went to go get him some mangina,
Man, China.
and was just like whatever. Like you know, what I'm saying? Everybody mad. Nobody know where he at. I was like, bro, that's what made me mad. Like, bro, please have this be real. But I mean, now that y'all giving me like the thought process of like he really was a very tormented soul. Probably
yeah.
would hold on to all this kind of
I
shit.
think he's fighting with his inner self a lot.
I do.
And I think, you know what? Also, it may be projecting of, like, Tick sees that he has a mission, and he's going for it. And Montrose can't go for what he believes is his true life. So he's probably sabotaging Tick because he's like, nah, if I can't live my true
Well, I
life,
mean,
he
and
can't
that's how
live
he
your true
talks to
life.
because he keeps trying to say like, you shouldn't be doing that. You being stupid, boy. You don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the
Like,
thing.
It goes to,
and
like,
because of society. He's like, you can't do this. Like, you got to do this, right?
Yeah,
so
it
he
goes to
probably
that,
think
like,
with him,
yeah.
I can't do this because of society, so
It's-
you can't do that.
You
Like,
trying to go for your goal. His goal, and then it's to really live his self, live his
so,
life.
so are we hoping that we're gonna get Montrose come back? Like, all right, let's do this shit.
I'm done with Montrose. Even if they
If he
kill
come
off
back and say,
Montrose.
let's do this shit now, like he didn't free, they didn't spend this nigga in a circle 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like
They-
he
they-
like,
no,
I'm-
no, after-
Didn't they host them up
Yeah,
too?
Yeah.
They had him in
him
the
up.
air.
First he did this,
they
then
Jesus
they
Christ in
hooked
his
him
ass.
up.
They definitely Jesus. They,
No, I was done with dude after he killed the two-spirit lady. I'm sorry I forgot her name. But
Yeah, she's
like,
had a weird ass name anyway.
Yahima, that's what it was.
All right, well, let's jump into episode
6. I really liked episode 6.
Episode 6 was a
I
really
really
dope
liked
ass
that episode.
flashback.
Yeah, I respect.
It
that
was
episode
really
6.
dope. Like they brought back the Nine Tails.
That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that they're even using the mythology in that realm of like you're saying like the Nine Tails. The Nine Tails is a very dangerous spirit in Japanese.
That's what it is in Korean.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, in Korea. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a very dangerous spirit. So it's really crazy that they're like we're seeing it like reference. You know, of course, reference the guy in high school. Like we're bringing it back. Like it hasn't been. I haven't heard it really in a lot of shit since Naruto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like
I liked how because Tick always talked about how he was like, oh, I did shit that I just wasn't proud of in Korea.
Yeah.
And I think we saw exactly what he was talking about, where no questions asked. He went up there and shot that nurse.
I mean, but I think that's really even though people say like I've done things, it'd be this that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, but I mean, I'm sure he went through a war, and we saw how they were in the war just from that little glimpse. We saw how people were getting snatched up.
Yeah.
And so you can tell that I'm sure he did way more than that, and that was probably the most jarring. Like think about it, he did it with such no questions asked that he didn't even realize that GI was one of the nurses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it was heartbreaking in a sense to kind of see him. Like, I mean, that's what the war does to you anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like apparently it
you-
seemed like he was
you
really
follow
up there
suit.
to the range, but it was like niggas like handle this, and he was handling it. But it was like he was. But it was really crazy. It was like the story in general, like just the meeting and him being in there, and she figuring out who he was, and it was like even having how. It was like how I guess you said like the universe has put you in fate, and it's like you on your last
It puts you-
99,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and then you run to the motherfucker that you like. This is a guarantee 100. You know what I'm saying? Like you see him first time, like this 100 off top. I'm gonna do this tonight, nigga. Like tonight, and it just changes. Which I mean, that's most love stories on it in that realm. Change
I
like that anyway.
I ain't gonna lie. I was a little sad at the end. I knew, obviously, knowing that was the flashback, that he wasn't going. I was like, damn, they was nice together.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like it was like, but the fact she was the fucking Nine Tails.
Hey,
I didn't care about that. I was like, yeah, they was nice together. They could have lived their life.
Yeah.
I wanted
She was
them
a
to have
dangerous Nine Tails too. Like I've never seen Nine Tails portrayed like that. Like,
well, Nine Tails generally is like so. I just wait. Where to go back? Because I was looking it up and I was like, what is the actual lore of Nine Tails? Well, just the lore of Nine Tails. So the fox. So this is what the actual lore is. It's a East Asian folklore. The fox spirit is especially a prolific shapeshifter, known variously as the fox spirits in China. And then although the specifics of the tales vary, these fox spirits are usually shapeshifter, often taking the form of a beautiful young woman who attempts to seduce men, whether they're for mere mischief or to consume their bodies for spirits. So that's the generalistic of it. They took the generalistic of what it is, and that's what they did. So that's kind of like what that.
I mean, that makes sense. Because I mean, I've always heard like the evilness of the Nine Tails Fox is really what we would.
It wasn't. I wouldn't even say it was evil. I've always heard mischief.
But I mean, it's
she also was being coerced. You got to think that was her mom, right?
Her mom,
that was her mom.
Her mom was making her do that.
Yeah.
But I was like, because they was trying to make her human, but trying to make her daughter again. Like she was trying to make her like.
Because her mom was obviously I couldn't tell whether her mom was more so wanted revenge on the dad or if she was bitter because the dad slept with her. Obviously it was rape. But it was like she was upset that they still had the relationship.
Yeah, I think it was kind of both.
Yeah, I think it was both.
Wait, side note with this episode.
By the way, trigger warning for anybody. That is, a lot of people don't like to hear about that, especially if they dealt with any of that, like rape and stuff like that. Super trigger warning.
That's a trigger warning for me. I'm not gonna lie. I never dealt with it.
But it's something you don't want to hear.
Yeah,
but it's people who.
Yeah.
It makes me want to fight people. When I watch a movie that has rape in it, I get so uncomfortable because I just can't. To me, it's the most gruesome situation.
That is like the
That's
absolute. You have no redemption.
Yeah, I mean,
but side note about this episode: was anybody else happy to see Ando from Heroes?
Oh yeah, I was.
I was.
I
The first
I know.
guy.
I didn't even think about it.
I think I recall seeing him like in a preview or something. That's why I was like,
I didn't even see the previews.
I think I saw him in that preview. I was like, I'm like, fam, got some money.
I
my nigga Ando back in the building.
I like Jamie Chung as an actress though. She does great work. And what I really liked about this episode, just to bring it back to that, is I could have watched this outside of it just being a part of the series. It was a great, just tied together one-off story.
It was.
I mean, it could have literally been a one of those Japanese love stories of someone falling in love with an evil spirit or whatever, like the fox. Like it's literally like if in folktale lore, you probably think in the Asian culture or whatever, there's probably stories of men who fell in love with nine-tailed or fox spirits and what happened. So it's like it could easily, like you said, it could easily been a spin-off show of just.
Well, if you think about it, this is the first episode that we only had Tick. Like this was a whole new.
That's
cast.
what I'm saying. Like this,
it was a whole new cast in this episode.
There was so much that obviously it tied it to the overall story, but it was like if I would have just watched that, if this is the first episode I came in on this, and it's like, hey, there was 5 other episodes that you missed. I'm like, oh, I can go back and watch those. I don't feel like I would have missed it.
You feel like it was definitely like it was a great if it's how many episodes is it?
6 altogether.
Well, 6 right now.
But yeah, 10 for the series. 10 for the season.
That was a great mid episode.
Yeah.
Like if you want to call it a filler, like it was a great filler episode. That's just like if you watch that,
it was more. I would say more of world building, because it tells you start understanding
not world building, lore
character building. Character building.
Character or lore building.
Because now you understand some of this. You start to understand some of the decisions that he makes. Yep. And why he's haunted by some of the stuff that he has to do.
Yeah, because I mean, that's what I'm saying. The only thing that what it really captured for me is because of that's what I was excited about this episode was. It's what has been 2 or 3 times that he made the phone calls to her.
Yeah,
and she kept saying like, "I told your ass I'll take your ass down there." You know what I'm saying?
But
what's wild is
and how mysterious she sounded on the phone every time. It was like, "Dog, who is this?"
But it's like but the way he left her, so it's like, how did y'all meet up before you finally left? Because the way that he left, it seemed like he was like, I'd never want to talk to this
that's another thing
again.
too. Bro, so you seen her tails come out and go into your eyes and shit. So why are you so surprised about the shit that's happening now?
Yeah, I mean that's really what it's. But I mean, well,
he's less surprised than everybody else.
He is less surprised than everybody else.
And that's what I'm saying. Like but he also told that secret because it's like he hasn't told Letty and them that he came back like, I saw this shit early.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I saw this shit early. And that's why he keep calling to get the confirmation like, bitches, you playing with me?
Are you
you know what I'm saying? Like when he called that last time, how you know this? Like he got the hotline.
Now he got the confirmation because whatever he
was breaking.
decoded,
He was decoded.
die.
About die. He was like, how did you know this? And she was like, that's what she was like. Oh, you figured it out now.
I wonder if she gonna come to America.
No, I don't think she'll come to America.
Well, I wonder because the way that first scene, they were all together. Are they going?
No, I honestly feel like she had nothing to do with it. I feel like that's what she is. She was just a spirit that he met.
But she does still really like him.
Yeah, but I don't think if we get that, I think that's still like that's how that story, even how that episode felt, where it was a separate love story episode.
I
think now that he's left. Because she told me like you shouldn't leave or whatever.
I should be hoping. I do want to see more of her character.
But I mean, unless she's going to come and try to save his life, like all she did was
at the end
because she did everything.
Remember, she fought the 9-tailed spirit.
She grabbed him. She grabbed him and shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
she also asked. Remember, she went to the shaman again. She was like, "Is he really going to die?" So she does have motivation to want to save his life.
Well, I mean, but that's the only reason why she didn't want to kill him. Because she thought she couldn't.
That was after the fact. Remember, that was after he was already gone. At the end of the episode, her and her mom went to the shaman and she asked, "Is he really going to die?" We didn't see what her answer was going to be. All she said was, "You're going to see a lot of death because you haven't embraced darkness." Right. That's how she ended it. So we don't know what that's going to lead. We've also seen that. Clearly, shit can transport you across the country and across.
Well, yeah,
across
like I wouldn't put it past. Like I don't see if she shows up there, then I'll be fine with it because she's a fucking spirit anyway.
Right, fair.
So I'll be fine with it. I don't see no reason for them to go there. Like
I don't see. That's what I said when she comes.
Like but if she comes, I will see that as like a season ender. Like where we like, oh, this is where he's gonna die, and she like,
fair,
bam, I'm here to save him. You know what I'm saying?
I do want to see more of her character because I think she was an interesting character.
But I mean, I think she's what she is though because she's just a fox spirit. I mean, my thing is like, if she's
she still has to get that 100th soul.
But that was 100 soldiers. Was it to be human? Like, do we believe that? Like, was his mother just telling her some shit? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Unless they.
No, the shaman said it too. She said you came on. She said you haven't even completed the 100 souls. No, she said you did 99 souls. So basically insinuating that you haven't done the 100th yet.
So I can see that. So that would put her in the story if she saves Tick like season ending by getting her 100 soul on whoever she has to save him from, and now she's human in America with Letty, which is gonna be another story.
That's what I'm wondering. Will it happen?
Yeah.
I feel like almost any show they have where somebody has the two love stories, the one from the past, the one who's current, they meet up at some point.
And this would be a perfect scenario for it. Because I can see that happening where now you start the second season where they have to like figure this shit out.
Yeah. Right.
You'll say
especially because things currently are going so good with
well,
Letty.
possibly.
Remember,
so I'm looking at the names for the next ones.
Oh, okay.
So the next one that the name of it is going to be I Am. That's the next. Jigaboo is number 8.
Jigaboo.
Number 9 is Rewind 1921, and number 10 is Full Circle.
I guarantee she comes back in the 10th one. Everything comes back full circle. Just based off the name. She probably, like you said, she comes back
to save him. Yeah, because she don't want to die.
Right.
Like I said, you got to pay attention to those kind of signs. Like those are the things. Like I said, when I pay attention to shit, how I be like thinking way early ahead. Like, I need a twist. I see the twist already. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see it already.
Really a twist. Her coming back. I think.
But you wouldn't expect it because
after this episode, after this past episode, I think you would. 'Cause, again, being on the Twitter and the Reddit, there were so many people who were just like, I want to see more of that character. And I want to see her with the full cast, not just him. Because I would love to see her interactions with Letty. I would love I don't really care about Ruby. But I'd love to see...
I don't think Ruby, we're not going to get a lot more. With the rest of the episodes going on, Ruby's story is going to have to come to some hope.
I saw pictures I saw pictures from the next episode. She was in a lot of the pictures.
The reason why we will, because she's the only one that
knows... Who knows Christina and William are the same.
She's the only one that knows that. So we're going to get more.
We don't know
Ruby.
where that's going to lead.
Ooh, will she just be? But I feel like she's
what
not.
She still
I feel like we got of her as flesh, like fleshing her out as a character.
She might still fuck with William.
So if anything, she's gonna become a hostage
or
like a negotiation.
She might still just fuck with them.
She might still fuck because she at the end of that episode she didn't despise them for that.
But I mean, if I gotta keep her,
matter of fact, that's what it's going to be.
If I gotta keep watching her as a white person, I'm gonna be salty.
But not to that. But think
she
about
might just fuck with the William part of Christina. Look, you gotta become William when you.
You gotta think Letty is so against them. And she's like, no, they gave me this. Like, so she's on their side. That's going to cause turmoil between them.
That's what threw me off, too. It's like, Ruby was just cool with that shit.
Because he gave her what she wanted.
But I mean, when she found out that you both, like, she was just like, you know what I mean?
It ended after that. That was the last scene between them. She was like, so you've been fucking him? Or something.
You both like you said. Oh, it did end like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, so that's why, because it had to. We skipped. Yeah.
So we don't know the aftermath of that.
Like I said, but he get
like if she
gave her what she wanted.
If she's still going, I'm gonna be mad.
She want to work at Marshall.
She's having sex with a shape-shifting Caucasian. If she's still going,
she might be.
I'm mad.
She might be like, look, you gotta be William tonight.
All right.
No, if she's still going, I'm mad.
You just gotta be William. She might tell her, look, you gotta be William tonight.
So let's get into recommendations, man.
Damn, I don't know. Let me see the recommend.
No, I'm not ready.
Well, I can go first.
Okay, you go.
I'm gonna talk. I've been reading Batman 3 Jokers. Okay. I think you will fuck with this storyline so tough. So there was a point.
I feel like I just saw some article or something about this.
So there was a point there was the series called The Darkest Night, right? I think it was called Darkest Night.
No,
the Blackest Night.
The Blackest Night. That was the.
That was the Green Lantern story.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So what it was like the Green Lantern Corp, and then it was like turning everybody into zombies, and it was like this whole storyline, right? But this is when Batman sat in the Morbius chair. The Morbius chair is pretty much the Infinity Gauntlet or whatever like that, right? Batman sat in it, and immediately, like, everybody feared him. The first question and the Morbius chair gives you knowledge of awe. The first question that he asked the Morbius chair is, what is the true identity of the Joker? And the Morbius chair responded, which one? And that was probably like 3-4 years ago. And when he got the answer, like, he had this look of shock on his face. So we never really got an answer to that, but it was like, that was something that was like, wait, there's multiple Jokers? Like, wait, what are you talking about?
Right.
So, in the storyline, and it's still ongoing, but I've been reading it. But in the storyline, so what it is it starts off like Joker kills, what's the family? What's the crime family in Batman? It's the big-ass crime family. I can't think of it.
Family?
Yes. Joker kills them all. Kills off the whole family, right? But simultaneously, he also kills off a whole bunch of other people, and he steals a whole bunch of ace chemicals. And Gordon's like, wait, how the fuck did Joker do all this, right? And what happens is Batman comes and like when in the opening scene, they show him like he has all these scars on his back, and he's reminiscing about all his scars and all his fights, right? So he's like, oh, this is like, you know, like Alfred stitching him up because he just got stabbed by, I want to say it's Penguin's umbrella. I can't remember offhand, but like he's like, so Batman stitching him up and you see all his scars, and he like starts reminiscing like, this is like when I got bit by a king shark, or this is when, you know, Catwoman sliced me up, this is when you know, Two-Face shot me. But then he gets the Joker, this is when Joker shot me, and this is when Joker stabbed me, and this is when Joker sent his acid, like, so he's having this like visceral reaction, and he's hearing Joker's laugh in his head, right? And then simultaneously Batgirl, she's like exercising, and then like she's hearing like the news report comes on like of Joker's terror, like what he's been doing, and so she's running real fast. She fucks up the machine, but then when she's in the shower, she's looking at her scar when Joker shot her and killing Joker. And then same thing with Red Hood. He's fighting a whole bunch of villains, and in his helmet, he gets Jason Todd gets the news report of it, and then like they show his scar, and they show all the when he got bashed in when Joker killed him. Okay. Or when supposedly killed him and he turned to Red Hood, right?
Right.
So like, it's this whole thing of like everybody who Joker really affected, and they're trying to figure it out. So Batman, like he's searching it out, and then like they go to and like there's all this stuff that's happening. Gordon and Batman is trying to figure it out, but like you know something is going on, right? This is when they got it. So there's 3 Jokers that they show you. Like, so when they first uncover the first villains, there's these dudes, but they look like Joker. Got the smile and everything, but they're obviously not Joker.
So they're imposters, okay.
They're imposters, right? But it was like, wait a minute, what is going on, right? But then the way that the scene ends in that comic strip, they show it. They show the comedian Joker, which was the like the original Joker, like the comedian, right?
Okay, yeah.
Then they show what's the other Joker called? It's the comedian Joker.
It's like a Dark Knight version?
No, I forgot what the other one. They all look exactly the same, but it was like the comedian Joker. I think it's like the villainous Joker, whatever, right? And then they show the evil henchman Joker, right? So it's like it's like this random ass cabin in the woods, and they show all 3 Jokers talking to each other, and then they're like, well, what are we gonna do? And then like the villain is like the villainous Joker's like, well, we're gonna do what we always been trying to do. We're going to make a better Joker, right? So it's like, it's 3 Jokers that's been running Reign and Terror. And like what really captured me and what I was like, I want to read this a little bit more and continue with it is like, you don't know which Joker did what. Because like they kidnap a Joker. Well, before you ask that, Batgirl and Jason Todd kidnap a Joker, and he's like, he looks like the Joker, but how do I know it's the right one? Or like, how do I know like, and then like he like details of when he whooped Jason Todd's ass and brought him there to death. He was like, you know, I played in my head all the time. What was the thing that you said to me? You said, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I'll do anything. I'll be your Robin. He was like, look at you now. You're killing people. You're doing this. You're stressing out Batman. You're being my Robin. And it's like it fucks with him.
That's frustrating. That sounds frustrating.
Yeah,
that sounds frustrating.
And I'm like,
sound like a joke I can get behind.
Yeah,
you know
and I was like, yo, this storyline is crazy. Like, it is so fucking dope. Batman 3 Jokers is a really dope ass comic to read.
But I feel like what I was gonna say, like I feel like it's a spin. It's a good not spin, but even if it's I don't know how new the story is.
I think
like,
it just came out like 2 months ago.
So which one references worse? But it's like even in the nod that we get from Gotham, thinking about like the twin Jokers. You know what I'm saying? Like they did.
Yeah.
Like, that's the idea that when you actually describing it's like, well, they kind of did that in Gotham.
Yeah.
It was like it threw off the two, like the highly hysterical, crazy Joker, and having the twin that was like the sadistic, like calm as like American Psycho as Joker. So it's like, which is really crazy because it's really almost like doing a multi-universe Joker in one series. Like instead
but
of
it's not multi. But what
because it's really what it is like
there's. I don't know if that villainous Joker is considered they call him crime boss Joker. I don't know if that is considered the big main Joker or whatever like that. But it almost but you know what? It also puts into play. So remember we talked about Batman and his craziness, how he got that contingency plan where Alfred thinks like every time Batman dies, I'm free, but no, then the clone pop up. Like so it's but
I mean I feel like the Acme, like how you said, how the story goes with the Acme gas and everything like that. It's like Joker's always got henchmen, but he's really trying to find another equal Joker.
But this even more to it. One of Joker's driving force is proving to Batman that we are the same. That's one of his things. Like, you are just like me. And if this storyline goes that way, it's like, nigga, yeah, you got multiple Batmans. I got multiple Jokers. Like, nigga, we are the same. Dog. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so
like, we are exactly the same. Like, we got the
so
same.
I can see that. That's slick though. Instead of making it seem like it was like one, because I mean, even when you think about how just how many Jokers there are, like each Joker really does have their own persona.
Well, and that's what made me think about, because you think about when you think about and the way they kind of did it, right? Like, so you got like. This current Joker that we got, that's more so the comedian Joker, right?
Sure.
That's more so comedian Joker.
Which one you got? You talking about the one that we got now?
Yeah. Because he's more like
in what movie are you referring to?
Not even in the movies,
Joker.
just the general,
the way he is.
the most prevalent Joker.
Yeah, the most reason because if you think about Heath Ledger,
Joker.
No.
The most prevalent Joker, just in general.
The one that just came out.
What I mean, what you saying with the one that you just came out? Came out where?
The movie, the Joker, bro.
You talking about the Joker? Yeah. Oh, you talking about the Joker movie? Okay.
Because if you think about Heath Ledger's Joker, he just wanted to see the world burn. But if you think about,
Joaquin Phoenix?
What?
Joaquin Phoenix?
No, that's the most recent.
That's the
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix
Jack
is the
Nicholson.
comedian. Jack Nicholson Joker was more of the jokester. Right, and those if low key in this book, those are the three. Like the villainous one is more Heath Ledger. The comedian one, the one that popped up and killed and shot Cassandra Cain to make her crippled, and before she became Batgirl, that's more of the comedian Joker. But then if you think about Jack Nicholson Joker, the one that does the bang, and with the bang, that's more of like like I said, the OG. So like there are different characteristics of Joker depending on which storyline. And to have a story that's like it was calculated, I think that was fucking dope. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like that's fucking dope.
Like you can really you can really honestly watch. I feel like you can read Batman comics. I don't know how I know they make Joker comics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know it's not as probably like as range, like the range of it is as big as Batman, but you can actually really read Batman both ways.
Oh yeah.
Like as the different versions of Joker dealing with a different Batman, same as the different Batman dealing with different versions of Joker. Like,
well, that opens up because like, if you think about it this way, like, and I don't want to spend too much because I want y'all to get y'all recommendations in. But if you think about it, what I just said, like with Batman having so many different contingency plans of clones of Batman, and Joker, a clone is never going to be the same as the OG or the original, right?
I mean, yeah.
So every time a new Batman or a new Joker has to come, that's why you get a little bit different. It's like it's the same sadistic Joker, but this one has a little bit more comedic side.
Yeah.
Same sadistic Joker, but this one just wants to see the world burn. Same sadistic Joker, but this one want to you got the same.
Because I mean, there's so many. If you really went down that realm of like Deadpooling Joker and like multiple Jokers, like there really is so many jokes. But I mean, that's what made the comedian. That's what made the last Joker movie so good, because you could say that comedian Joker sparked all of the other Jokers.
Yeah.
Like that's why I got from the movie.
Joker is the OG one.
Yeah, like that's what I got from that Joker movie. When people were like, that's the Joker that Batman fight. Like, no, fam, like this the Joker that just kind of like kicked off being like looking at life as a clown, and we do, you know what I'm saying? Like he created the base of like society will always look at you as a clown and you're different and you're doing whatever, and it's like you either gonna be the nigga who's gonna be like, well fuck it, I'm a clown and be a dangerous clown, or you be a motherfucker like, well I'm a clown, I'm gonna laugh at what people like. The comedian Joker was the one who laughed at what people didn't laugh at. You like, why would you think?
Is like prime Joker. Think about it. Like you gotta think, somebody who comes from I'm a comedian, I'm like I look at the world as a joke, to somebody like I just want to see this shit burn. That's
but he's
extreme.
And he's not he's not comedic no more. He's just sarcastic. He's really just more sarcastic and really more like some George Carlin kind of comedy type shit, like really old school with your ass, like real straightforward, like real straightforward. You know what I'm saying?
George Carlin.
That was why I started laughing. Like, all right, okay.
Because you guys think Heath Ledger Joker burst up money. Like and one even like his best joke was like, I'll make this pencil disappear, and like, but it's like how he did it. It was just like, bam, this shit's gone, and like, ta-da. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, it wasn't no like, I'm not finna have a jazz to do it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, bam, ta-da. You know what I'm saying? It's gone. Like, and you just be like, this nigga fucking crazy. Like, and he's like, so it's like you can tell, like,
Before we turn this to a whole other discussion,
That's what I
we need to get to other wrestling recommendations.
okay, yeah.
So,
you
you wanna go or you
no,
want me
you
to
go.
go?
You go. I still don't got one.
All right. Mine actually, it's another DC comic. I'm a huge fan of anthology series. So mine is going to be the Tales of the Dark Multiverse. I don't know if you've read any of them.
I feel like I have.
Oh, they're amazing. So what the Tales of the Dark Multiverse does is they take major points in DC Comics and adds a twist to them. So, like, I'm just going to go through the list. All of them aren't out yet, but the ones that are out are the Batman Nightfall. So the twist
That's the one I
there
read, Nightfall.
is
I did read Nightfall.
instead of Azrael giving back the mantle of Batman, he keeps it. And
Okay,
basically
they
he
try
takes
to do
over.
that in whatchamacallit, like the whole Batman Arkham Knight stories and all that too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So like he keeps it. He basically keeps Bruce Wayne. He calls him the Broken because it's basically just it was like his brain and maybe his head. And so he took over Gotham and instead of basically took the Batman mantle to the extreme. Like he was killing niggas. He was doing all types of shit.
Yeah.
And then there was the twist at the end where I don't want to spoil it. Then the second one they did the death of Superman. And in that one, Lois Lane fucking snaps. Like
I read that one too.
She literally, the death of Superman causes her to go to the.
It's another death of like another like.
It's the same. So what they do is they take those major plot points and they twist it to a more like dark place.
Okay.
So like in that one, like I said, Superman when he dies, she fucking snaps. And she becomes the Eradicator, and she's eradicating anything she sees as a threat.
How did she get the powers?
And I don't know if you remember from the death of Superman when they tried to bring him back.
Yeah.
So when that fails, she again snaps a little bit more, and she's like, "I want those powers. I want the powers of the Eradicator. I want to bring justice that he wanted to bring. He was too good for this world. I'm not, and I'm gonna make this world good enough for somebody like him." Then they did the Blackest Night, and in that one,
I didn't read that one yet, but
that one's good because
I've heard about Blackest Night.
Yeah. And
no, but they remember that twisted.
It's a twist of
So
Blackest Night,
the Blackest Night, that's the one I was just telling you about, where people
and that
become
one,
zombies.
Sinestro, he gives back the White Lantern powers, and this one he doesn't. So the Black Lanterns, they win, and he becomes a hybrid basically.
Who?
Sinestro, remember he had the White Lantern power. He gave it up. That's how they ended up winning.
Yeah.
But in this one, he doesn't give it up. He becomes basically Sinestro.
Yeah.
And so they lose because of that, and he becomes a hybrid White Lantern, Black Lantern, and everything's just all types of fucked up.
Did you read the Judas Contract one?
That one I read too. That one was crazy.
The Judas
They did the Judas Contract.
Teen Titans with the with Slade.
Slade,
But I think
Tara. She ends up fucking shit up. Basically,
So
she calls herself Gaia at the end because now she's a goddess.
Yeah.
And
wow,
then,
fam.
Yeah, it's wild.
This series is wild,
so,
bro.
I think those are all the ones that have been out so far. Oh no, Infinite Crisis. I didn't read that one yet. Infinite Crisis is out too.
Oh, that's probably gonna be dope.
I didn't read that one yet. Then they got Batman Hush. I didn't read the original Batman.
Well, Hush. I mean, the Hush was. I saw that. I watched the anime of it.
I didn't watch that one.
So
there is.
I
didn't watch that one. Yeah, you right.
Hush was actually really good because I forgot. I gotta watch it again because I forgot who actually Hush was.
Hush comes out in November. Then they're doing Flashpoint. That's gonna be fucking amazing.
Ooh, I gotta see that. I gotta read that one.
They're doing War of the Gods. They're doing Crisis on Infinite.
I gotta read that one.
They're doing Crisis
War
on
of the Gods. That's
yeah.
the one. Wonder Woman and Aquaman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're doing that one. They're doing Crisis on Infinite Earth, and then the last one that they got so far in the series is Dark Knight's Metal.
They did Dark Knight's Metal. Oh, because that's where Batman Who Last come from.
Well, that's what's crazy is this is all supposed to be an offshoot of Dark Knight's Metal because in the first one. The multiverse is built from like they're already talking about what's happening in Dark Knight's Metal.
I forgot.
So it's literally they just added more stories that are going on during Dark Knight's Metal.
Because this is the multiverse.
Yeah.
But this is the dark version of it. So this is where everything.
So you can make you can run the whole storyline dark.
Because remember, Dark Knight Metal's the whole storyline behind it is they have the map of the universe, and they're trying to find. I think it was where the Mother Box Metal comes from, and when they find it out. They flip over the map, and it's a whole dark universe.
Yeah, and so the guy he was trying to find, I can't remember exactly what it wasn't that. He was trying to find heroes in the multiverse. That's what he was trying to find the heroes of the dark multiverse. Probably for that. I didn't finish Dark Knight's Metal. Because I went into this as an anthology series, and I was like, I know all of these points. I just want to read this. And it's been fucking amazing. Like, I definitely suggest checking that out.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know if I used it last show or not, but I got one. You know what I'm saying? I got everything. You good? You good?
Yeah, I mean, I talked in length about just read it.
Just read it.
It goes into... Like I said,
I mean, yeah, y'all got heavy detail ones. Y'all both had heavy detail ones.
I love anthology series, and it's like I'm excited for the Marvel What Ifs. I can't wait for them.
I just been reading more comics lately, bro.
I can't wait for those. I love reading. I love seeing stuff where it's like, okay, we know what the canon was, but let's see where where
if you can spin on what if is always great because I mean that's what makes comics are what ifs in general. You know what I'm saying? So what if is like we can what if for whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, I'm really excited for the War of the Gods and Crisis on Infinite Earths one.
No, I'm excited now for Flashpoint.
The Flashpoint. Oh yeah, the Flashpoint one's gonna be dope too.
If you're gonna do the dark version of everything, changing like
Flashpoint is already dark.
Yeah, so you got a dark, like nigga, you dare to go Thanos snap that shit like niggas ain't come back. Flashpoint, like nigga just didn't make it. You thought they was gonna be there. That's the shot, nigga. Like what you mean? Like Batman ain't here. Like everybody dead. Nigga,
I know. I really wish I could see, and I might be forgetting.
They may animate it though.
I hope they would animate it. And then I would love to see
I want to see the three Jokers animated so bad.
I would love to see Marvel be able to do like a dark version of all of theirs. Like, imagine all of their major points.
I mean, that's
even
what I'm
darker.
saying. Like, what's so great about like being in that realm of comic book writing and all that kind of stuff is that.
Yeah, it was.
In the comics.
But I mean, Blackest Night was dark in the comics, and they still found a way to make it darker.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah.
Because I mean, Marvel Zombies was my shit. I fuck with Marvel Zombies and all that kind of. So it's like, I mean, you can definitely do it. When they're coming to the realm of comics, you just got to get the right artists and writers together.
That's what's been really nice.
Just write it.
The
true way that Tony dies.
Woo! They could have put that on. They could have put that on screen.
Yeah,
kids would have.
You talking about by Thanos? Yeah, by Thanos. Yeah, that wouldn't. Niggas would have dropped. Nigga, Tony. Robert Downey Jr. had to fall the face of the earth. Niggas, he would have scared children all over the world. Like I thought you were dead. Like,
dog, the way you would have just heard niggas just nigga Iron Man.
Yeah, like dog, like all right. What's really crazy that you like they haven't other than what Vision maybe. I think because we gave him because we knew he was a robot. Like you could not.
That still was gruesome as fuck. I was like,
but I was gruesome. But I was gruesome because like it's a robot, so it's like if you had sympathy for him, it'd be like, damn, but it goes away really quick because it's like ain't no blood or guts nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no blood or guts nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But if you would have ripped this nigga and let this nigga body, they let the camera sit on this little body dripping for a long time, and niggas gotta watch that.
It had to be rated R.
Dog, it had to be rated R. Fuck
that one scene would have been rated R.
Because I mean, like the Spider-Man scene. Literally in the Avengers, really the saddest scene, and all this nigga did is turn to dust.
Yeah.
So if you'd have put any kind of blood or bruise on this nigga body, like dog, like
kids would have been terrified.
He died clean shaven, nigga. Like
kids would have had nightmares.
He died like it was the first day of school, bro. He was clean shaven. Like if they'd have put anything on this nigga, like he was losing, like. Even taking his mask off, like
if they'd had that,
it would have had this, that shit.
Like, bro, you can't do that.
You can't, not in the PG.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's like, if we get to a world that Marvel allows people to be like, yeah, you can run a TV show, just run some shit like someone does that art, and like we want to make a really dark version of the comic book.
Morbius is going to be rated R.
Ain't nobody gonna die though. Not nobody important.
Not anybody important.
It's gonna probably death of like a lot of civilians.
We gotta give you your recommendation.
We
was running right.
Mine. I swear I don't know if I said it last week or not, last time or not. But mine's gonna be the anime I had told you guys I had just recently watched was The Promised Neverland. Did I say it last week? I don't remember if I said it last week.
You did.
Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Pick a second anime.
Fam, I haven't watched a second anime in a minute.
You ain't playing that news?
Give me a second.
Bacardi wasn't ready today, guys.
Bacardi clearly wasn't ready.
Fam, I wasn't,
we
bro.
had 2 weeks.
But I honestly haven't watched it, but what we talked about.
That is the tough. Before I thought about doing the dark multiverse, I was like, shit, everything I've watched, it's just been continuation. I haven't watched really anything.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything new. That's what I said. Promised Neverland was the newest thing I had watched, which is why I talked about it last week.
Remember, recommendation can be something that you previously watched.
Well, I mean,
re-recommend.
I actually want to recommend because that's what I'm actually on Twitch or I'm gonna play tonight is Quantum Break, which is really fucking old on Microsoft. But I haven't played it.
So
you haven't played, but I mean, but it's actually like I didn't realize. like I think I'm in like the 5th act. If someone knows, if they listen to the show, they know probably how far I am to it. But you know, Quantum Break was like one of the launch, not necessarily like I think it was a launch title. If I'm not mistaken. But it was the first. It was one of the first ones. The games they made where they was combining live action, like a live action show.
Launch title for the Xbox One.
Xbox One, like it was combining a live action show with an actual game. So the guy, what's the Lamplighter? He's the main character actually in the game.
Okay.
But it's like it has a dude from like Fringe, the black dude that talking the really deep ass fucking voice from Fringe and all them other shows. I can't think of his fucking name. The bald head black dude that's tall, lanky as a bitch. I can't think of his goddamn name. I just know he was in Fringe.
I was trying to look this up.
I just know he was in Fringe. Like, but I mean,
when I was looking this up,
but see,
I half heard it. I thought you said Fringe. I'm like, what tall black dude?
Fringe.
From Wire, Lance Reddick from The Wire.
Yes, yeah, Wire. Damn, that's what I mean. Yeah, dude in there.
I've never seen Fringe.
Yeah, Fringe is my shit.
Well, I just typed in Fringe actor, and he's
Fringe is my shit.
As soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh,
Fringe is my shit though. Like Fringe is my shit. Like that was a great show. But it's really cool because like, the idea when they first made the game was Quantum Break was actually going to be a TV show.
He be on Comedy Central. I think what is it called? Like funny. Like
the Funny or Die shit. Like not Comedy Central. What they call it?
He be doing the office manager shit. Like
yeah. I saw the one when he was a toy manager. I just love, bro. I love the way he talks to me better than Morgan Freeman, bro. Like the way he talks, like it's so fucking sharp, nigga. Like he talks so sharp to you, dog. Like. It's so funny to me, but yeah, no, like so. The game is pretty much about like Quantum Break. The idea was it was supposed to have been a TV show. I think they went over budget, or they just like, you know, really had high hopes for it that people really didn't catch on to it.
Sure.
So a lot of the show they just put in the game.
Interesting.
So it's like you were playing.
I didn't know it was a show. Like did the show ever drop?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like they never made the show. They was trying to do the same thing with the Alien show, and they came on TNT. Right? No, like they came out on. I think it came out on TNT or one of them shows. But there was another show.
The one that was like where the aliens. It was like the aliens took over, and then.
Fucking. I know which one you're talking. I never watched it.
I watched it and I hated it. I hated it.
I remember seeing the previews for it.
I fucking hated
when
the
that
ending.
game came out.
I was all into that show because I thought it was gonna be the next Walking Dead, and it was not. And I was so pissed off.
But the way that game had came out though, was like they were literally trying to make it, which means they probably made multiple scenes. Where it's like depending on how.
Yep.
Yeah, they was like depending on how the game was played, it would make decisions on the show. Mm-hmm. So they were trying to do the same with Quantum Break, where it's like as you're playing the game, the real life scenes in the show are like make a decision on doing this or whatever, and it kind of goes through. But they actually, like, bro, I was playing that motherfucker last night, and I realized I was watching 40 minutes of just live action.
Pissed.
Live action. I'm like one whole act was like a show, like a 30-minute show.
Pissed. I would have been pissed. I ain't gonna lie.
I was furious.
Like, I was like, but I didn't realize that I was done, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I would have definitely skipped scene X.
I'd have hit 20 buttons.
So I mean, yeah, you was, but I mean that's what I said we made it code because it was like this.
That's not code.
Like,
it's code to the writing of whatever that.
Yeah, it's the blend of it because
if you got
that is fair. That would be code. Like whatever decisions you got to deal off the decisions.
Like because it was one of them games. Like they tried to make it where it's gonna be replay factor anyway because it was like if it worked right, then as you watched, like let's say it came out every Sunday, as people played the game throughout the week, Sunday would decide what the episode would be.
That would be cold. Wait, I take that back. That would be cold.
That's how Quantum Break was supposed to come out. But I think maybe a network did never pick it up or whatever it was.
That would be cold if they had like a storyline and they like, all right, based off of whatever.
Yeah, but so it was supposed to be like, because even when you play the game now, it says like based on your community decisions and shit like that. Yeah. So it was like it was made to be like how you play the game, but that's what it was like because if it didn't make the TV,
a huge choose your own adventure.
Yeah, like because they didn't make it to the TV, they just put the whole TV show. So that's why it is. So it's like yes, you finna watch a half an hour scene because that was gonna be.
Bro, I still be so
because that's gonna be that was supposed to be the episode. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what be fucked up? Like you probably gotta watch it because like if you miss out, then you probably
you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So like that's what so Quantum Break, it's old as a bitch, it's free. I don't know if it's I know I got it. I had bought it a long time ago.
But it's probably on the Game Pass by now.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. It was a Microsoft exclusive, so it's definitely on the Game Pass. So but I mean that's like I said, it had fan from Game of Thrones, was like what is the snake dude?
Oh,
Baelish?
Baelish. Yeah. Baelish is like the villain. They had, like I said, the dude that's playing Laplighter, he was the hero. It had like stars in it. You know what I'm saying? Like they did it where everybody who was in the TV show mocapped the game. You know what I'm saying? So as you play the game, so it was like I had it for years, and I'm finally like, I'm just beat this game real quick.
Fair.
And I'm actually enjoying it because it's like the story, like that. It is that like you do get bored. Like I said, for me, watching it late in the bitch, and I was like, bro, this motherfucker.
We did 2.5 hours.
We did 2.5 hours.
Hell, we did it 2.5 hours.
I'm mad because I mean we should have. I wanted to really get a quick interview with y'all, but I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go. We're going to talk about the OG recommendation. Make sure you go to geeksetpodcast.com, view all of our past episodes. We do have videos out now, so make sure you go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/Geekset. We do have like high def, dope ass video. Shout out to Didge for the production because he really was going crazy with it. And then we got a whole lot of like the interviews, the one-on-one with Deuces. I do got one more though before we did launch. We did announce a new show during Geekset Day that we're going to start. So Geekset Rewind is going to be popping up soon on there. So we got those things rocking out. Make sure you follow us on all social media networks
and podcast
platforms. But all social media network is at Geekset Podcast everywhere. And before I end it out,
some rating reviews. That'll help us out a lot.
I wanted to like we had a like I want to talk about just the news in general. Like for the week, like we had a bad week with Breonna Taylor. So I wanted to say, like, that was actually my second shout out that I didn't get to say.
Yeah.
It was like just black women in general. Like, this was a very low week for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In support of y'all and, you know, just how the justice system works for us and how we are as black people and women. Like, we are definitely here for y'all. Like, you know, it's fucked up that we had to deal with how it was. I don't really want to talk about the music related other scenario.
I mean, fuck Tory Lanez. I'm gonna say
fuck
that.
Them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't listen to it. It's wild how many people was defending
But just in general, like I feel like as women, like my social media was really heavy on women feeling like they really took a loss on us from like we really didn't stand up for them, and I wanted to make sure at least I say something about like I mean, of course the accusations, everything that happened with the Breonna Taylor thing is disrespectful.
Yeah,
like,
it is. That was a hurtful. 100%. That was a hurtful because it, like you said. Don't want to get fully into it, but it's the charge itself basically said, "Oh, this property was worth a charge, but not the person that you killed."
Yeah. Like I said when I read into the law more, I said this really was a law to say, I apologize to you, neighbor, that we had somebody that shouldn't be by you. Yeah. By you,
basically. That's pretty much what it was.
Like I'm apologizing to you that you had to live in this area like this. We let this slip into the crack.
His charges is only because
the shots that missed.
The shots that missed and went to another apartment. That's fucked up.
I mean, so that's so I want to. So I just that was I feel like that was probably one of the lowest. One of the lowest things I've ever heard happen for
this
women.
This was literally the epitome of why Black Lives Matter has to be a statement.
Yeah.
Because time and time again, we're shown that Black lives don't matter. Mm-hmm. We're shown, especially that Black women lives don't matter. Yeah. So we need to amplify that.
Yeah. I mean, we just need to get up the same energy. Like Black women are doing everything in their power to cover us as Black men who struggling just as hard out here in society. And to see things like that happen to Black women, we should feel that same rage and want to protect.
I'm not gonna lie.
As much
I was so ashamed and down that DA, being a black man, came out there and justified everything. Yeah, I was.
You really because I mean you can't,
and I felt bad because I was like, bro.
Like I was telling a friend that it's like it feels like we. Black cases find out about brand new laws that never no one ever used. Like, bro, I've been watching Law and Order and CSI and all shit in my life, and I never
heard wanton endangerment.
Never heard of these. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when there's some random case that you know it's like clean cut. There's a random new fucking law that we didn't know that was out. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, and I never got that. So it's like I wanted to. I don't know if we kind of closed on that, but I just really wanted to. I wanted to get that out. I wanted to get that out. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. Like, say her name. Of course, everybody, all the women, say everybody's name. Like,
still justice for her because justice was not.
Justice was not served. Like, I mean, right now we just really hoping that the universe deals with the people involved how they should be. You know what I'm saying? The government can't help us at this point. You know what I'm saying?
And as always, this is the only podcast that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together. And we are out.
Peace.